Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Die Party LA at Night, a Vampire the Masquerade role-playing game using the 20th edition book. We're on week number 5. Hey, everybody! Welcome to being undead again.
Wow.
Yeah, you can all be vampires with us.
No, you
Oh
can't.
boy.
With the play at home game.
Yeah.
Vampirism is not real. If somebody offers to give you their blood to make you a vampire, they
Say yes.
say no. You could get the hep.
Henley, is there a tweet? I don't see a tweet.
I'm doing a tweet now. So.
Okay.
Oh, late to tweet. He didn't tweet in time.
Oh my god.
He didn't do the tweet.
So rude.
It's gonna be so dumb too. It's gonna be like, do you
Brutus.
suck blood?
It's gonna be like blah.
Whoa,
Now
whoa,
the-
whoa.
Blah, blah.
That's what it's gonna be now. You guys have ruined it.
Do you like blood?
Whoa, whoa.
So yeah, guys. How's everyone doing this fine week? Let's start off with let's introduce Tuesday Gray, who is vampire number 1 in terms of fan fiction novels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. I'm
fan
actually
fiction like that, yeah.
I'm reading a fan fiction story as we speak. If I seem a little distracted, I'm trying to catch up. How's it going, everybody? I'm super excited to play Lavin again today. We got some things to sort out, a little bit of shopkeeping.
Yeah.
But before we go on with our normal, day-to-day vampire business. But I'm excited, so let's do this.
Yeah, nice.
Huh?
Speaking about sucking blood, let's talk to our next lady friend who has probably. Who here has had the most blood out of all of us?
That's a good question.
I think it's a toss up between Levin and Maria, right? It has to be because in the last episode we had
it's
an
a toss-up
opportunity to
between-
get like
it's a
extra
to- it's a-
blood, right? So
It's a toss-up between Brian and Maria because they were both the most hurt.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
we had to eat. We had to drink the most.
That's right.
You
I was
sunk-
down to like 1 HP basically.
you sunk
Yeah.
the most blood into healing and therefore
Yeah.
had the most room for eating.
yeah,
Since you're all generally filled up.
This is
Um,
true. This is true.
I think 2 of us also filled up last week, and I didn't because I was like, I just want to punch a dude in the face.
I'm almost filled.
Yeah, I'm almost filled too. So
Yeah, I'm like a couple away.
Let's
Pretty-
see.
we're-
Me too. Yeah.
Okay on blood for now.
Yep.
Could always use more.
Oh yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Plus
So
it's
hey
fun.
everybody, I'm Tuxtradamus. I'm also very excited to be back in our very dark and gritty LA. Get some vamp action going on. Maybe make some flesh owls. We'll see how the night goes.
You're never gonna let that go, are you? That joke.
I've at some point, the chat is begging me to make some fleshy owls.
I don't understand why
what?
specifically.
I forget how it came out.
Why
Does this have
specifically owls?
Anything to do with Twin Peaks? What's with the owls?
Wait, what? Now I'm confused.
But yeah, since the beginning of the show, and they realized, hey, Tux can do weird fleshy powers. Chat has been begging me to make flesh owls.
Why
Because it's
owls?
in the new rules of vampire. There's like owls that you can get or some shit.
They're spirit owls, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that really why we're doing the owl
I don't
joke?
know. I just like the idea. I want to have weird owl creatures that are made
Alright,
out of
well-
crazy flesh stuff.
I feel like
Yeah.
following the crowd on this one, so I'm going to demand owls at
yeah, so-
frequent
yeah.
intervals.
We'll get them at some point.
Frequent intervals of owls, please.
You know how often I love going with trends and just going along with
Yeah.
what people suggest.
Yeah,
Mhm.
see, I usually
Because
don't,
we
but
are,
this one I'm hopping right on.
Ride the
We are
wave.
succumbing to
wreckage.
peer pressure. Yay, peer pressure.
Mhm.
No, don't yay peer pressure. It's bad. But yeah, I'm glad to be back, and let's play some vampires.
Nice. So, Brian, Lord
Yes, Dave.
Spooter, the Spootly himself, the man who invent revenge porn. What up, sir? How you doing?
I'm great. I'm happy that I was able to invent something and bring something into the world
Yeah.
that means so much to so many people. Sorry.
Where would my life be without revenge porn?
You're like the guy that invented dynamite.
Yeah. He didn't
Almost
last
Where's my
long.
Nobel Prize?
He had regrets. And also never won a Nobel Prize because he invented the Nobel Prize.
Right. Well,
Oh,
that'd be
right.
yeah.
They named
Can
it.
you imagine that? And you make the
No,
most prestigious
he named
award
it for
ever.
him
Who-
because
Who invented being pedantic?
I did.
Ah, okay.
No one was pedantic before, 20 years ago.
Not
Well,
only did I invent being pedantic, but it changed reality so deeply that it rippled backwards
You're-
in time.
Yeah, you're the alpha. You're the alpha and the omega of pedantism.
I am the alpha and the omega, period.
Oh.
So I'm good.
Yeah. Nice.
But you're not the alpha and the omega.
No.
So
I'm somewhere
Beginning
in
and the
between.
end. Yeah.
Somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Man, we're all just between the beginning and the end. You know what I mean?
oh boy.
So what have you been
here
up
we
to
go.
this week, Spritly? What was your main squeeze this week?
This week, well, it's Monday, so I mean the week is young.
That it is.
I've retweeted a tweet just now.
Nice.
What else have I done? I have worked. Got a couple episodes of the podcast recorded and one released. So, yay!
Nice. Did you get that logo made up for it?
Actually, I did. I made it myself. I fucking sat there and worked at it while I was in a hotel room by myself with my bottle of Vaseline, tissues, and Pixlr.com.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask.
Yeah.
Speaking about Vaseline and rubbing one out, let's go to the man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Wreckage. What up, sir? How you doing?
Hi, everybody. Big shout outs to our new sponsor, snazzymaps.com,
Snazzymaps.com.
who is
Snazzy maps.
100% not sponsoring this stream. But for those of you who may have missed it, we did a drawing board episode in preparation for this session.
I'm still pissed that we didn't get weedmaps.com,
Yeah. We
Their
did
billboards are everywhere here.
we did a drawing board episode about me because we needed to make a map that also was actually an LA City map. And
Yep.
so we did some experimenting to see what the best way to do that was. And so now our players have a turf map that they can reference whenever they want to work on or build their influence in their turf. Or, if I ever tell them, hey, something in your turf exploded, you may want to go check it out. They'll have a handy dandy little turf map. And going into the future, now I'm going to add other Vampires turf maps as they learn where they are. And eventually we'll have a whole big map of LA all sort of...
Are there towers we can climb up and then do like a and we get more of the map?
No.
No.
There also aren't dumb time trials with flags that don't even...
Look, this is
Well, then what's the point of
Vampire the
playing?
Masquerade, aka Ubisoft circa 2017. They don't have those anymore. So
What's the point of playing if I can't collect 100 feathers?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Tux on that one.
Yeah.
you know what?
like-
You know what stupid collectible would be in like a vampire open world?
blood bags.
No,
Sea shanties.
it wouldn't be blood bags. You'd probably collect like teeth or something. Like they wouldn't even
Yeah.
be creative about it. It's like, why are they collecting teeth? Well, because fangs and vampires. Okay, yeah, but that doesn't make any sense.
It's either teeth or capes, okay?
No. Here's what I would do if I was making a vampire game. It would be like dumb vampire like books and TV shows and posters and stuff like that. Right?
Oh, you could do that actually. You could do like cheesy vampire movies from the 30s.
Yeah.
The other thing you could do is collect pages from the Book of Nod. That would be a good one. And I'll just not clarify that at all for any of the players or the audience as we move into our first session.
I know exactly what that is, by the way. So
Oh, look at this! He read a fucking
No.
Wikipedia page.
more like I was wanting to be.
Let me put my monocle in real quick.
More like
Bill, I don't know if we're gonna-
first
Anyway,
pick. I wanted to be a
wait,
snake
wait.
man, and Wreckage was like, no, and I'm like,
I'd like to make a motion for a pun.
Sure.
Motion denied.
Granted.
Carried.
Damn it.
No, I second the motion. The motion carries.
Okay. Well, I don't know
have
how
the
I don't know how we're gonna be able to go all the way to England to find this Book of Nod because we'd have to go to Nottingham.
Okay, moving on.
There we go.
So the last episode, you guys did a handful of things. You stared down one of the vampire gangs that you are now presently the buffer betwixt.
Yeah, they're leather idiots.
Lots of people are going to be leather idiots in the 90s in the world of darkness, Dave, and you're going to have to accept that.
You know, I'm gonna go buy, now that I'm not on the police force,
We
fucking Hawaiian shirt, dude. All the way.
we just need to create Hot Topic. That'll be our thing.
I'm gonna be.
We'll
I'm
make the
gonna,
first Hot Topic.
I'm gonna be Max
Leather
Payne.
robbers for everyone.
I'm gonna be
Ooh,
Max
here-
Payne in Max Payne 3. That's my
Here-
new character.
Here's the thing, though. Like, when you really think about it, Hot Topic didn't create the Hot Topic style. The Hot Topic style created Hot Topic. So if you just make a Hot Topic, it's going to crash and burn because it wasn't the style of the 90s.
Cool.
God damn it.
Anyway, you also went to Tequila Tango, and somebody flirted with the owner, and also shut that shit down before it got too out of hand. And now she has a date with him tomorrow night. You have returned to the taste of LA because you were asking Alexa or Alexis questions about ghouling, and you haven't ethically made up your minds yet about all of that. So we spoke briefly last week that, there are so many options, and we don't want to spin our wheels. So in character or out of character, we have to use the first little part of this session to decide what we would like to do this session.
Also, you mentioned, I don't know if you want to talk about it on stream, but we changed the way that.
We will get to that,
Okay.
but it'll be an end of session thing.
Okay. And are we gonna? You mentioned sometime last week that, we're gonna have upgrades to do this week or something like that for our characters.
Yeah, we'll do that at the end.
At the end. Okay.
Yeah, because we will typically do it at the end, so we will start it at the end as opposed to at the beginning.
Okay.
So, what dooby 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 do? To do, to dooby dooby do.
Well, I guess my first impression would be to find out how the fuck they knew that we were here.
Yeah, that's
Vampire
that's kinda
hearing
creepy.
would be my guess. We were just talking in the street.
Yeah, we kind of just were walking along and arguing openly about moving in.
Yeah, Rodney has a
pretty-
point.
Pretty much on the tail of everybody telling us to be subtle about it.
Yeah, so that happened. But like, guys, so I have a date with that gross guy tomorrow, and I am kind of don't want to. So anyway, I decided that if I'm gonna do that, Maria, that you
Yeah.
should probably come with me. Cause like, 2 chicks better than 1 chick.
That's
Sure.
what I always say.
The show gets silent. Everyone just looks at Brayden
Of
and looks
course you
away.
do.
Shut
Of
up, Rodney.
course.
So, I'm a little confused here. Like, if you wanna, make a friend of this dude, are you going about it the right way? What did you actually tell him? Did you say anything like you want to invest, or like how are you? I don't
Well, I
understand.
kind of just told him that I was interested in the business in general, so that we could kind of have like an in. But that might have been an undercooked thought. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, we
Are we
just need a
gonna-
place to live. So
are we
I
gonna-
thought we would just manipulate him into
Are we gonna ghoul him?
kind of
want-
letting us run the place. I don't want to ghoul him. He's gross.
Yeah,
it
that's
seems
a
like
lot
that
of.
takes a really long time. It's a lot of work.
It'd be like getting a puppy, but like a
But a really ugly
a
one.
very needy and ugly puppy.
But I mean, it's also a puppy with superpowers and who can go out in the daylight.
Yeah, but could we pick a prettier one? And I like flip my hair. I want a prettier puppy.
It seems to me like ghouling
That's
someone
also
at this
fair.
point, we'd be getting in over our heads. I mean, I think it's important.
Possibly.
Look, I think it's important at this point, even
But,
if
okay.
the place is shitty, just to find somewhere to live.
Okay, but without enslaving his mind, he like owns the business, and you can't just flirt your
All
way.
right, why don't we
into-
do it the old-fashioned way then? We get some blackmail on the dude, we hang him off a fucking building, and then we say sign over the deed and blah blah blah. Done.
Wait. That sounds like a whole lot of work.
Not really. I mean, we
um,
can literally pick him up and carry him over the side, and we would just hold him like we're holding a puppy. Speaking of,
Well, if you think that'll work, but I am totally not sleeping with that dude.
I mean,
Like,
blackmail. You don't have to put any dicks in any mouth. It's just you just
A lot of
straight up.
blackmail involves dicks and mouths.
Really? Oh, you're doing it you're doing it bloody well wrong then, mate. I tell you what. Blackmail
What
is
kind of
easy.
blackmail are you thinking of?
All we need to do, we wait for Maria to take, Maria and I guess Lavin to take this dude out. You know, maybe myself and Braden here. We work our way into this building. We find some dirt on the guy. Pretty easy.
What if he's clean?
Well, this is LA. No one's fucking clean.
Yeah. I mean, he's got to have some kind of fucked up shit.
Also,
in his
he
office.
owns a goddamn nightclub. That place is like
Yeah.
a seating pit for just the wrong type of shit anywhere. If I had to fucking put my finger on any sort of criminal activity, it would probably be in that nightclub. But let me tell you what.
Possibly.
They wouldn't
yeah.
even let me dance on the bar.
That's
So,
because
like,
you're
is
an
our-
idiot and not a female. So
Are we gonna like take over the upstairs and live there? Is that our?
yeah,
a
sure,
deal
fuck
here?
it, why not?
I guess ideally.
All right. Well, I'm down.
He does have a rather nice, spacious apartment above the Tequila Tango.
Oh, we're doing this. Rodney, how? Rodney. Ah.
You that one you could have seen with your own eyes. We were there. We were there at the building. We
No,
walked
you
around
weren't. I
it.
don't understand.
I was right there.
I didn't go upstairs.
Well,
It's
no,
okay.
We don't have to go upstairs to see that there's an upstairs.
All right, so
Okay. Well, I want that. So should we?
yep,
Can we?
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
we can distract him
Okay.
while
So
you guys
how
look for
do
something.
how do we want to do this?
You
How do we
take him
wanna do
out,
this?
take him outside the building, and then have me and
Okay.
Braden get in there and find what we need to find.
Okay.
Hands
okay.
in
Alright.
vampires on 3.
Also,
Hey,
if you could find out where he lives, maybe like beforehand, we could hit 2 places in the same night.
he lives upstairs. That's the point.
He lives there?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
lives
easy then.
upstairs.
He lives above the building.
What an idiot. You don't
Oh, we
live
can
and
hit his
work in the
office
same
and
place.
his apartment.
There we go.
Well,
mean,
I
if-
mean, we don't
if you
even
own
have
a
to take him
building-
out, guys. Hear me out. Like Maria and I could just go in there, and then I could feed from him, or Maria could feed from him, and then he's gonna be like all woozy and happy and junk, and then we can look around his stuff and maybe even go upstairs.
But then how do we get him to sign away the deed if he's woozy and happy?
Can we-
We'll just kind of hold his hand, and it'll just loop around the paper.
No, hold up. It was, someone said, I don't know who it was, but someone said if we just give him a little bit of our own blood, he doesn't turn into a ghoul, but he might like us.
Well, so
Really?
as she said, each night that you give them blood, their disposition towards you slightly improves. But if they hate you, the first night, and he would see us as hostile. The first night they hate you more. Like the first one, they just start thinking about you more. So if it's positive or negative, they just can't get you off your mind. The second one, they like want to be around you more, but not necessarily in a positive way. She said even once they're completely brainwashed and can't disobey your orders, they could still hate you and try and disobey your
It's
orders.
Yeah,
not
I don't want to
necessarily
ghoul this
like
guy
him,
anyway.
yes.
You guys haven't even seen him. He's like totally gross.
He sounds gross.
I mean, he owns a nightclub. I assume he's slimy as fuck.
He's definitely slimy.
All right. Well, that's what we're going to do. After we get him to sign up the stuff, you know, if he's going to cause a problem, we can just put him 6 feet under. Not a big deal.
We need the deed.
Oh, after he signed it, I said.
Okay, well,
You know, for a guy that hears everything, you don't hear a lot of things coming out of people's mouth that are around you sometimes.
I did hear that Braden wanted to put our hands in the middle and shout vampire.
Is
Oh,
his
right.
hand still out, just waiting?
Just as long as Rodney's hand doesn't touch mine.
And I'm just like, I'm not doing that.
Wait, Brayden, how are you even gonna live with Rodney? You realize we're gonna be sharing an apartment for a while.
We do now.
Yeah, but he hates you, Rodney. He hates you.
Why?
I think you know why.
No, I don't.
Listen, he's
Listen.
sexually attracted to you and he can't really stop thinking about
Listen,
you.
when I
So
was-
he doesn't like living near you, so...
Well, I
When I
don't.
was a human, I hated pooping, but I did it anyway. I guess I can live with you.
Oh.
Well, hey, good news. You don't have to poop anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's...
So maybe one day I won't have to deal with you anymore. I'll get over it. It's fine.
Vampires are eternity, brother.
Yeah, well.
So just
Yeah,
think
I'll
about
figure
pooping
it out.
for
He's
eternity.
not going anywhere anytime soon. Anyway,
Right.
do we have a plan?
Yeah. I
Take
think so.
All right.
take this
Yeah.
lad out and then we'll
Sounds good.
handle the rest.
All right. Well, that's tomorrow night. So what do you want to do? You just want to wait?
What time is it?
God damn it, Rodney.
It's like 11.
Can we... Don Salvador mentioned something about getting me a piece that can take out a vamp.
He said it would take a while.
It take a while. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the other places we could start looking at in this place might be interesting as well. We've got the nightclub. We could look for, like, we could take a look at the hospital.
You know,
That was mentioned.
it is okay to just, relax. Take a load off for a night.
Yeah, look, we got 2 weeks and we're
What?
already hanging on by a thread in that
And
place.
Rodney, this is one of my issues with you. You always say shit like this. You're like, hey, well, there's still a lot of time left tonight, so what do you want to do? And then we start coming up with things to do, and then you say shit like, well, you could just relax. Are you trying to purposely fuck with me?
No? Just mentioning everything.
Okay.
I'm
So
trying to be-
frustrating.
I'm trying to be
How
helpful.
can no one else see this?
I don't.
I see it, Brayden. I don't know what to make of it.
All
I guess
right.
we're just more patient than you.
Probably.
I'm just trying to be helpful.
Let's anyway, let's find something. Like, if we can find a place that has some, I don't know, blood bags or something, maybe. Like, I don't know. We could
Oh,
just
you saying we should go to the hospital?
sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Can we just let's see if we can just get in there.
I got a great idea. How about we
Okay.
shoot one of you and you can come in as a gunshot victim?
Oh, cool. We can shoot
Well,
Rodney.
But, yeah, exactly. Good idea. Laban, I knew I liked you for a reason.
We can't
I-
hear your wreckage.
No, Rodney is just doing this silently.
Oh, you were talking like, oh, okay. Yeah.
None of us bleed.
Oh.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess if a
Um,
doctor looks at one of us, they would know right away that something wasn't right.
Right, because yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, get
I'm-
some tomato sauce and put it on there or whatever.
No.
I mean, we
Man's
can
blood
just go.
smells like basil.
I could
Maria
go.
could like grow another boob or hand or something, and that would have to be removed.
I
Okay, hey,
I would
community
like to see a
hospital
nice
here.
pair of boobs
I
on
grew an
Rodney.
extra boob. Can you please remove it? How did you grow the extra boob?
It just
I don't know, but could you like remove
showed up
it?
last night and
It just showed up. It's not even tumorous or anything.
I saw those commercials, Yo Quiero Taco Bell, and then this just happened.
or why don't we just walk in the back and just walk around?
Okay, I like that idea. I'm pretty stealthy.
I mean, we can do a lot of stuff. We can just walk up.
Yeah,
I am
let's
a
do it.
doctor. I
So,
could just go in and
Maria.
say I'm visiting from another hospital.
Oh,
Just wondering,
Maria.
what do we need to look for in order to make that place ours? Like, is there like a head honcho? We just like kick in the testes a bit, and then he's and
Like
then
the hospital?
yeah.
It's a community hospital, so it's technically part of the government.
Well, I mean, we can just, talk to the dude who runs it and then, make him our friend or whatever.
Hospitals have many administrators, so it
Mhm.
would be a matter of taking over several people and also whoever checks in on them.
Right, there would be several chiefs, and if it's a community hospital, there would be a liaison with the government, and there'd be all.
Could we just camp the blood bank? Do we even need to take this place over?
Yeah, why not just take over whoever runs the blood bank?
Yeah. What
We
he
could have our
said.
person on the inside.
Yeah.
That didn't happen in a video game at all.
No, that probably didn't already happen in a very good video game. So let's probably do
Yeah,
that.
Tuesday's not getting that idea from something else at all.
Nah, at
That's
all.
totally
That
coming
was
from her brain.
so original. I'm often
Yeah.
inspired with these original ideas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, we can look at the blood bank. I would like to go to the hospital
who
at
has
some
a split
point.
personality.
Is there? All
Is
right.
there a blood bank nearby?
Huh?
Yes.
Is there a blood bank nearby?
Well,
In the hospital.
The community hospital here deals with a lot of gunshot wounds, so they probably have a standing supply. The type of standing supply that would be so big, a couple of eggs every once in a while wouldn't go missing.
All right.
Yeah. Get the
All right.
person on
You
our good
kids
graces.
can go do that because that sounds fucking so interesting. I want to go and see if I can find out who the gangs are in this city.
Wait, the ones on either side of our new turf?
Nah, the
Or-
ones that run on this turf. The human gangs. Nothing unusual. I just want to make sure who's running guns and all that sort of stuff in here.
Wait, do you want to know who the human gangs are in our turf?
That's right.
Well, the human gangs in our turf, they might not just be human gangs. I guess we don't know anymore.
Well, that's why I'm going to do research, Rodney. I'm
Okay.
going to look at them. I'm not going to come in there and kick any skulls in, if you know what I mean.
Okie doke.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess we're in some sort of place or whatever talking. I was like,
You're at the taste.
at the taste. I was like, I'm gonna go do that. You kids have fun.
Okay.
Yay.
Bye.
All right,
We'll have fun.
have fun storming the castle.
I'm not gonna storm any castles.
It was a reference to a mid-90s film. Don't worry about it.
I don't watch movies.
I can't wait for that movie to come out.
All right, so yeah.
All right.
Wait, Rodney, which way are you going?
I haven't decided yet. Also, The Princess
damn
Bride
it.
came out in 1987.
Oh, well then everyone should know.
Ooh.
Thanks for making me feel old, you pedantic fuck.
You are old.
Wow, it came out in 87?
And I have seen it 75 times since then.
Braden wants to go either to the hospital with Damien, whichever way. Fuck, what's his name?
Rodney doesn't go.
Rodney isn't going.
He's not sure.
I'm gonna go where Rodney isn't, and Rodney's like, well, I don't want to go where
I know he's the worst.
I want to
He's
go
like,
where
I don't know
where
which
Brayden
way I'm
is.
going.
Well, I'm interested in how Damien is gonna collect information without knocking skulls, since I've only ever seen him knock skulls. But also, I want to see the community hospital and how we're gonna take over that.
I think you should flip a coin and then go with that decision, and that's fine.
Or we could be adults.
Okay.
Brayden, Rodney's
just
totally
go.
not going to listen to anything you say, and he might not even do what he says he's going to do.
I
So,
know.
Maria, should we just get a cab to the hospital?
Let's just go.
Yeah. How about I just go away and I'll show up at one of the places?
Oh, gee, that's so unlike you. And I roll my eyes.
Yeah,
All right, Maria and I
I'll
are
go with
calling a
Damien.
cab.
Yeah.
Damien.
All right. Where? So I know where Lavin and Maria are going because they've actually specified. Where are Damien and Braden actually going?
So I'm going to look for at the moment. I'm not really looking specifically for like hideouts or nothing. I'm looking to see if I can find someone doing like criminal activities and see if they're representing someone more than anything. So it's going to be a
Why don't
lot
we
of
look for somebody spray painting something? Don't gangs tag their territory?
Yes, but artists who are street artists also tag their territory.
Mhm.
Okay, well, if he's making art, he's an artist. If he's spray painting bloods were here, chances are he's not doing it for the beauty of the method. He's
So
tagging his territory.
yeah,
The
I'm
method.
so here's the thing. Damien is much better at this than I am, 100%. So, I would like to make it so that, it comes down to like his perception of noticing things, if that's okay. But the idea is that I'm going to be,
It would have to be an investigation roll.
yeah, that's fine. Perception investigation. That's what
I'll
we
say
did
yeah.
last time. So.
I'll say yes for now, but sometimes investigation rolls will be int or wit based,
And I'm
based
going
on the context.
Sure, and I'm going to turn on my first dot of Auspex as well.
Which does what?
Heightened senses, basically.
Right.
I don't have the book right now. I should probably download it, and I will download it in a moment. So maybe you go do the other guys first while I'm preparing my Auspex information.
Sure.
So.
Wow. Okay, so talent provide. I've already got Auspex open.
Okay, cool. So it basically, from what I remember, it allows me to have heightened hearing and stuff.
Determines difficulty binary. See the character sees the threat. In this case, the storyteller privately rolls. Right. Does not let characters. Okay, but it does. Right. As the character's discretion is selling, how has the difficulty to avoid increases by 1.
I think I get an extra dot as well in whatever I'm rolling.
Takes reflection answers in certain circumstances. Dice rolls associated with using the character's sense decrease in difficulty by a number equal to the character's aspect rating when the power is engaged. However, in this instance, it won't give you an extra dot, and the reason is the difficulty here is not in perceiving the thing. It's taking in everything that you are perceiving in order to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's investigate. So like, people who are doing drug deals are not hidden in the dark, in the black of night, or whispering to each other, right? They're doing a drug deal.
Yeah, it's like noticing someone leaving a bag in a suspicious place or something.
Right. The idea isn't will you see this? It's will you associate it with a gang and therefore be able to find a human gang.
Yeah.
So none of this stuff is. In other instances where you're like, there's a vampire running away from us, and he's using like light and shadow and speed, and like then that's when Auspex comes in handy because you will hear and see everything, not just the stuff. Everything. Right. Mutter. DQ. Anyway.
Roll. That reminds me, I need to watch My Hero Academy.
Yeah, you do. Except for they've stopped simulcasting the dub, so I hate Funimation. And if I ever meet anybody from Funimation in a dark alley, I will kill them and then wear their organs as an elaborate headdress. Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're muted, Tux, but I assume you said something like heavens or something.
Heavens
Oh
to
my.
Betsy.
Oh my. I will kill everyone who works at Funimation.
So, what do I need to roll? Perception, investigation, what's the difficulty?
Perception, investigation, standard difficulty, no modifiers.
So what is the Auspex actually doing for me then?
In this instance, nothing except for narrative.
Okay.
1 dot of Auspex is the weakest Auspex.
Yeah, there are some things I want to get to make this process of identifying and finding things a lot easier, but I think that'll come at the end of the session. So Really, one success? Oh well, it's a living.
It's the living. So you're specifically in your turf, and you're looking for gang activity in your turf.
Yeah, like I'll go to like I'll I'll watch for things that normally happen. Like maybe I'll loiter in places, things like that.
Sure. We'll assume that you dedicate a couple hours to this.
Yeah.
And we don't want to go too far in advance, just in case, I don't know, the community hospital explodes. You never know what the other group might do.
Shit in the bed.
you take some amount of time for this, and you see drug deals.
Yeah.
I mean, you find obvious drug deals, but with your investigative powers, these drug deals strike you as lone dealers who are not associated with a gang. Small timers seem to be mostly operating on East Olympic Boulevard. So that's what you see for now. We will cut over to the other group, and perhaps as the night goes on, more will develop with Damien and Braden. Braden, though, what are you doing while Damien is like looking around, sitting in benches, and fake reading newspapers? Are you being a nuisance? I assume you're being a nuisance.
I mean, I'm probably like a petulant child. Like, are we there yet? Do you see anybody?
So
are we accomplishing anything?
You're saying all this stuff, and Damien's just 100% not paying attention to you. Like you're just like, he's like, like maybe like looking over there, like paying attention to something. He's like, you're talking about like bullshit, and he's like, yep.
So I'm like, so once you get to level 999 in Pac-Man, you get a blue screen of death.
Fascinating.
Only a few people have done it, but it's very exciting when it happens. Everyone at the arcade gathers together. It's like a special experience. It's kind of like seeing a total solar eclipse. It's like a
sounds like a gay old time, mate.
It's pretty gay. If by gay you mean happy.
Don't you have like a fucking like video to film or something?
I don't know what that means. A video film. Isn't all film video?
Anyway, at the hospital.
No, just before that happens, like, I wish Rodney was here.
LA Community Hospital is a hellhole.
Where is it on the map, Wreckage?
Right. Well, for realism's sake, we will put LA Community Hospital in your turf where it actually is on East Olympic Boulevard in Los Angeles. But while I'm marking the map, let me describe its shitholeness. It is a barely so there is how do I even start this? At the front, facing Olympic Boulevard, there is a much older building that is one level tall, and is mostly ER, emergency room. It has 4 entrances for ambulances, and throughout any given night, ambulances will be rushing there near constantly as drug deals go bad in the surrounding neighborhoods and people come in with gunshot wounds or stabbings or drunken brawl fights or vampires feeding on them too much, but actually it's just inexplicable loss of blood. Behind that older building, which is 1 story tall, is a 2-story tall series of wings, which is mostly administrative and also has like some more complicated surgery wards and some, overnight beds that aren't necessarily ER. The entire place is awash in that terrible before there were electric bulbs or LEDs, but there would that just be that sickening white light. It isn't lit up pretty or beautifully in any way, and the building clashes between its older part and its obvious extensions. The extensions are a smooth, plasticky, sickening green, whereas the older building is brown, disgusting brick that has probably never had the time or the expense to be cleaned. And even though it is a hospital, and there is a "no smoking, please" sign, the grounds coming into the hospital are awash with possible vagrants, maybe just shitbags, who are smoking and drinking, and just at the corner edge of the hospital lot, there is a trash can fire. Just to put the candle on that turd cake.
Yeah, the cherry there.
Mm-hmm.
So we could get out of here as soon as possible. Kat, is this like the poor people's hospital?
What?
Yes.
This is like,
It's what they have.
but then it's gonna have like poor people blood. Or wait, does the blood come from somewhere else and they give it to the poor people?
It comes from wherever they can get it.
Okay. Ew.
No,
Right.
there's as long as it's clean, there's no difference between blood.
Yeah, but like, okay. Well, what do you think? What do you think we can do here? I mean, do you think they'll
Well,
just like take money? We could go see who's running the blood bank, and we could just say, occasionally we need blood, and you should just give us some, and here's some money.
I would assume they take bribes.
Yeah, by the look of this place.
How are you gonna
Alright,
get
let's see what we
money
can
though?
find. Oh, Lavin has lots of
Oh
money.
right, I forget that you have that shit. You have Daddy's credit card. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got plenty of money.
Oh, that looks more like a cross than a plus. But I have marked LA Community Hospital on the map.
Oh, nice.
Got it.
Well,
It
there
actually is that dark spot.
Nice.
So
Aha.
Wow, that's tiny. Okay.
The realism
that
is
is the
sucking me in.
you should be sucked in by the realism. You should hold on the edge of your seat as the realism brings you to climax.
There's only so much edge to my seat wreckage. I'm almost there.
Right, climax in realism's mouth, and then give it some nickels for the cab ride home.
God.
Nichols.
Oh, this is why I do.
Hey, thanks for the
Like
bits. Oh, I enjoyed that one. Thanks, chat.
Right. So, where do you even want to begin with the hospital?
I think just go inside.
Yeah, I don't think that this is probably a place that has a lot of security, and also we're a little bit sneaky and a little bit charmy, so I'm not anticipating too much trouble getting around.
So two things strike you, Maria, immediately that are different about this hospital from your hospital.
Hit me.
The first thing is that for people not coming in emergency to the ambulance, it has a metal detector and 2 security guards watching the entrance, which is an excessive amount of security. The second thing is that in no way would this hospital meet actual cleanliness standards for a hospital. Like, as someone who has been a resident and therefore has seen
Yes.
poop and vomit and blood, and also those things over periods of time, like say poop that is a day old. You've seen that. There are stains even in just the waiting room, that are of various bodily fluids that are multiple days old, surely, if not ancient, which suggests a cleaning regimen that is not up to,
Yeah.
National Health Service standards.
Right. Right.
So, it's a dump. The waiting room is filled with crying, and wailing, and also like angry shouting.
My kind of place.
As sort of as mothers of gangsters, yell at poor attendant nurses coming out to tell them that their son has been shot in gang warfare, and then the mom is like, "My baby would never do that. You're a lying sack of shit, whorebag, fuck." And
It sounds like I should have came here to find out where the gangs are.
Weird,
yes,
right?
this would not be a totally dead lead on that front.
Mm-hmm.
So the waiting room is not pleasant.
Mm-hmm. Do we see like signs anywhere?
There is a immediately after the security booth, there is a sort of check-in secretary desk with multiple sort of nurses to direct people. It's worth noting as well that everyone here seems overworked, and in any sort of actual, like, anybody who's working here seems so deeply overworked, with bags under their eyes, and I mean, not the least of which to say is you're in night shift at this point.
Yeah.
But also, perhaps some of these people didn't just get here for fourth shift. Maybe some of them are forced to work, second, third, and fourth shift.
Right. Yeah, they're pulling 12-hour shifts or whatever, and like.
Right.
Yeah.
So Maria, do you want me to pretend to be sick? And we just get past these guys. We got to get in here.
Are we able to get like? Do the security look like they're gonna stop us if we like walk through, or are they like kind of just like, yeah, whatever?
In order to even be in the building, you've already passed through security.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Okay.
Got it. Yeah, so we're good with security.
Neither of you carry any weapons,
No.
so you didn't have a problem with the metal detector.
Yep.
If you had been Damien, and if you had also gotten your gun by now, then I would have made.
If all of these things happened.
Yes, if you had reason to be stopped at the metal detector, we would have stopped you at the metal detector. Now you are in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there are places you shouldn't go in the hospital, as what you guys appear to be is ostensibly civilians, perhaps here to see.
I don't know. You could probably sneak into somewhere, grab some scrubs, and literally go anywhere you want. So.
Probably, but the real question is, what are you going to do?
So there aren't like burn ward this way and other ward this way signs. It's just kind of like nurse has to direct you.
At least here at this part of the hospital, which is sort of the waiting room and also the waiting room for non-emergency urgent care, and like this whole first floor is just sort of intake, right? So there isn't a bunch of signs here because the majority of their traffic here doesn't care what else is in the hospital. So it doesn't have a bunch of signs now.
Okay. Yeah, so I think I'll just walk up to like the front desk nurse person.
Hi, good evening. How could I help you?
What? Out of character question. Would it be called a blood bank in a hospital, or would it be called something else?
Yeah, the Pizza Hut and Taco Bell, actually.
Yes.
So.
Pizza smut. I believe, don't hold me to this, but I believe that in a hospital, and also actually, like, I don't think any blood bank is actually called a blood bank.
What? Place where
I
blood
believe it
is stored in hospital.
The refrigerator.
I just keep seeing
Blood bank.
Yeah.
What happens to donated blood?
they call
we'll
it
just call
blood
it
bank.
we'll just call it the blood bank, and if it's something else, our
No,
in
we're
character.
going to call it what it actually is.
The blood
which-
repository.
No.
The
It
cupboard.
would- It's fine. No, it's fine. What I am seeing in my very cursory research, and perhaps this is just, corporate schwim to get the people into the, get the buyers into the. I'm seeing, blood center and plasma center as
Plasma
Center
right,
sounds
yeah.
very metal, so we're gonna go with plasma center.
Oh, I mean, you replace people's plasma, and that's how you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plasma isn't actually blood. Plasma gets separated
the
out.
chat is
from it.
suggesting blooditorium.
Yes.
Good old blood. Let's take a hop, skip, and a jump down to the blooditorium. For 2 nickels, you can get a. I don't know where I'm going.
Man, you love the nickels tonight, don't you, man?
Yeah.
Tonight's the name of the I'm gonna force the name of tonight's episode to be Nickelback.
No, you didn't have to go there.
I'll just keep making nickel puns.
You
and
know,
then
I can
eventually-
go about maybe 6 or 7 months before I'm reminded of Nickelback. So,
Look at this
that time of the
graph.
year.
No. Oh my god.
Look at this graph.
I'm gonna rage quit.
Anyway, hi. I was wondering, our friend is working in the blood center tonight. We're gonna surprise him. Could you point us there?
What is your friend's name?
Daniel.
Right. So you are now going to have to make a
Jesus.
lie check.
I am lying.
the most generic Spanish name you could think of.
Daniel.
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 Manipulation subterfuge.
Manipulation subterfuge. Remember, because somebody
Subterfuge is
broke the
broken.
fucking sheet after we started
It's
playing.
it's the second subterfuge.
The second subterfuge is subterfuge, and the first subterfuge is streetwise.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, whoever broke the thing. I mean, you made it in the first place. Thank you for making it in the first place. But then thanks for breaking it.
I should talk to Chip and see if he can break this up for us.
All right. 6.
Yep. No difficulty modifiers. No dice
2.
modifiers. I'm not seeing anyone named Daniel scheduled to work there tonight, but
Oh, there's Denzel. Do you mean him?
Oh look, we're in a bit of a hurry.
Let me say what I was saying. Thank you. Dave started telling a joke, and then everybody started interrupting me. I was in the middle of the line. Thank you, Tuesday, for laughing about it. It's very hilarious. I'm not seeing anyone named Daniel scheduled to work there tonight, but that's probably just an oversight. The blood center is down the hall, down the elevator, up the flag, and she gives you the directions.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And then she just says next, just churns through the list.
The guy behind you with a gunshot wound in his stomach walks
Got a
up.
knife in his shoulder.
Hi,
So,
can I
you're
see
not gonna
Daniel
believe
the
what
Blood
happened.
My name is Daniel. I work at the blood center. I'm here to replace my blood.
Well, that worked well. Let's go.
All right. And we. That was walking noise to the blood center.
But little vampire fangs into the middle of the screen.
Kidding.
Oh, like all the 90s scene transitions, like X-Men 90s. Like Wolverine wouldn't even be in the scene, and they had a Wolverine slice up the page. The scene transition. It's
That's a great cartoon.
Hey, bub.
You're not going to or from a Wolverine scene. Why is Wolverine slicing?
Because it's cool.
Anyway,
All right, Maria, do you know your way around here? I mean, I know you haven't been in this hospital, but
Once we get in there, at least some things will probably be familiar.
Every
They're like
hospital-
McDonald's. They're all the same.
Every hospital
know
in
the name.
LA is exactly the same as one another.
I'll know the names at least.
Right. So you the plasma centre or the bloodatorium is I'm going to assume, and again, this is a place where my knowledge fails. I'm going to assume that one would place the bloodatorium equidistant from the ER and the surgery ward.
sense.
You would want them to be within easy access.
Seems
of
logical, Doctor.
God damn it, Jim! I'm a doctor, not a geologist.
Storyteller.
Anyway, so which also happens to put it in a weird sort of what's the word I'm looking for here? It's in the bowels of the hospital because surgery is in the new second story that's been added, and ER is the old first part, so it sort of ends up in the back of the first part or below the new part in what feels sort of auxiliary or almost out of the way. And unlike a certain video game, there isn't just a kiosk with a man in it that you can walk up to and get blood bags.
damn it.
Blood center is a big sort of steel, almost refrigerator handled door that's labeled and requires a key card.
Ooh.
There's nobody like there? We'd like.
Not currently.
Oh.
But you could always just wait for someone to come in or out.
Or
I probably should have gone with you guys.
Do you knock? Okay. Ballsy. The door opens, and
aha!
Yes.
I've solved your puzzle.
you have solved my puzzle better than anybody has ever solved a World of Darkness puzzle before. See, here's what happens in World of Darkness. This is what happens every time in World of Darkness. I put something there for the sake of realism. Like, this door wouldn't just unlock by itself. It would have I put something there for the sake of realism, and then the players stop. And they're like, how do we take care of this? And then they do a whole thing with a lady and her dog, and it goes on for fucking 2 goddamn hours. And it's fine. It's fine. Tux is here now. He knows how to handle this situation.
Got this.
I've been through doors before.
I've encountered doors. I've heard of spaces that one can pass through. A lady is on the other side, and she's wearing those gloves that go all the way up to your elbows. Those like plastic gloves that go all the way up to your elbows that are see-through, right? And they're just covered in blood. And she's like, "What? Who? What
Are you busy? I'm sorry.
Yes."
Oh, well.
She's covered in like viscera and stuff, like
Right.
like as you ask, "Are you busy?" like some sort of meat falls off of her glove and hits the ground with like
well. Sorry, if we have an offer for you, if you have a moment when you're not elbow deep in.
I'm sorry, what do you mean? Are you with administration or something? What's going on?
Kind of.
Okay, I'm in the middle of an autopsy.
Oh.
In the
Would you-
blood bank?
Have you ever seen
Like-
an autopsy, Lavin?
No.
Let's go in.
Okay.
Okay, can I see some sort of ID?
It's okay. I'm a doctor.
I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Is she the only one in here?
So far.
Okay.
As you move into as you have moved past her, whether or not this lie floats, whether or not this con
Yeah.
that we'll get to that later. But as you move into the plasma center, because it's the plasma center, it's refrigerated, and because it's also where they put all the refrigeration, you see another door that says morgue. So that's why when you knocked on the door, the only person around was somebody who was working in the morgue to come through the refrigeration section and figure out why you were knocking.
Oh, I was wondering why the person who worked in the blood center also worked in the morgue.
Right, they don't work in both. They were the only person around to come open this door. Because why would someone be working in the blood center after hours?
For blood?
Right, but there's no one coming to donate blood in the middle of the night.
So I'm going to whisper to Maria, she can't be allowed to remember this. One of us is going to have to feed. This isn't what we need anyway.
Right. So, you've moved past her with the confidence of a doctor saying, I am.
It's okay, I'm a doctor.
This is still a manipulation, because in no way did that answer her question. And in fact, your difficulty goes to 7 because in no way did that address her concerns.
Is this still manipulation subterfuge?
This is still manipulation subterfuge. You're just moving it up to 7 as a difficulty.
Okay. Up to 7. Hot dog. 1 success.
Be that as it may, Doctor, I don't even recognize you. She sort of is walking around, along with you as you confidently stride to the morgue. Who are you?
I'm a special doctor.
What kind of specialist?
I've recently taken a specialty in plastic surgery.
Okay, why are you here?
Oh, she's like my big sister. She's just sort of like showing me around because I was like gonna be a nurse, maybe. I don't know. I was thinking about it, but then I was like, if I could deal with the blood, and it's like
sort of touring the facility.
You can't just tour the morgue. You need special permissions to see people, deceased remains, preservation from loved ones, and etc. And there are laws and stuff.
We didn't really want to tour the morgue.
Hold on a second. Are you even really she gets in front of Maria? What kind of doctor would tour their sister through the morgue at 11 p.m.?
Look, she's into that new scene where there's kind of all they got the upside down crosses and
oh my god, like you've seen X-Files, right? Like Scully's always like digging around in the bodies and stuff, and I was like, maybe I could do that. It'd be kind of cool, I think. And oh my god, Mulder is so hot. Is Mulder not hot? Right, Maria? Mulder's hot.
David Duchovny is a pretty charming man.
So morgue lady looks at you, and there is a pregnant
rolls up a sleeve, David Duchovny tattoo in there. She's like,
No, she looks at you, and there is a pregnant silence when another piece of meat falls off of her plastic glove and hits the floor with a splat. And she doesn't respond to any of that. She just sort of, with her hands on her hips, is in front of you, like scowling down.
The people I've met so far don't really seem to. Well, they're tired. I don't know if they speak.
Yeah, it's 11 p.m.
Well,
it's kind of the 4th shift.
Do they take care of you here? As in, like, pay you well, treat you right?
No.
I see.
Are you usually the only one in here after hours?
I have the morgue for the next 6 hours.
Like usually?
Like on weekdays.
That works.
I have weekends off, except for sometimes.
Good. That's good.
Except for whenever they call me in, which is most of the time. Why are we having this conversation? I thought you were a doctor.
I am a doctor. It's okay. I point to the door to the blooditorium.
You're in the blooditorium.
Well,
basically, you're in the refrigerated section, which has the blooditorium and the morgue.
Well, I guess, are the bags of blood and stuff just kind of hanging here, or is there another storage area where
there are yet further refrigerated doors for
okay. So I point at them, kind of those. Do you have access to those?
You mean, do I have access to blood storage?
Yes.
I run the morgue. I don't need to put blood into corpses.
I'm not saying what you need to do. I'm saying do you have access to it?
Why? What are you? So. All right, hold on a second. We're gonna find out how moral morgue lady is.
Interesting. Is there like a NPC mechanic for that in this game?
Nope. I'm going to roll her conscience.
Well, it's World of Darkness, so it's immediately -5.
That's
Yeah.
No. The fact that you even get to roll on it is that the reason why it's the World of Darkness.
Yeah, in any other world, she would just be like, "I'm reporting you to security right now."
Or
Okay, unfortunately, she's exceedingly moral.
damn you, ethics.
So as you're sort of asking her, "Do you have access to that?" And she's like, "I don't think you're a doctor, and I'm calling security."
Can
And
I
she's-
prove that I'm a doctor to her? I would like to say a medical thing.
That's
Plasma.
beyond.
Medical.
You are welcome to do that, but it also will not solve the situation, as it's the suspicious shit you're saying that's the problem here.
So I whisper to Maria,
She is
You gonna
heading
feed-
over to an intercom, basically, like a
I'm gonna grab her
You take
by
her.
the shoulder and feed.
All right. How much do you take?
I'm gonna
2
take.
dots is like the normal, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to take 2 dots.
Sure. No problem.
Yoink.
You have
yoink.
space for that? Remember, you
do.
have a limited space.
Yeah, I only have 1 slot left,
Yeah,
but I do.
What happens if you do that, right? If you don't have any space left for blood, does it just like overflow out of them? Like, how does that?
You can still consume it, but it doesn't. You don't actually store its like vitae. So what vampires call the power of blood is vitae, and you can overfeed all you want, but you will not get more vitae than you can store.
Do you get fat from that? Like, do you bulge?
No.
Like, okay.
Vitae makes you fat?
Ah,
Goes right to my thighs.
No, it's a Scott Pilgrim reference.
Yeah. Oh, I got
It's a
it.
bread makes you fat joke.
Yeah, I
Oh.
got it.
Vitae.
You're
so then I kind of open the door to the morgue if it's separate, or is it just in this open area? Did she go through?
It is another door.
Okay, I'm gonna open the door to that and just kind of gently
There's a
push
body
her.
on a table with its bits
Mm,
everywhere.
I'm gonna push her in the direction of that and close the door behind her. Well,
Well,
Maria,
that
I
didn't
mean,
work.
that didn't. We could take blood now, but I don't know how we're gonna do this each time.
Right. It's kind of
Ugh.
hoping she'd be more. I figured working here, she'd be open to, we give her a little money. She'd leave some blood out in the little box for us.
No, we would have to ghoul her.
Yeah, I also thought she'd be open to that, but with 3 dice, she rolled 2 successes. So turns out the lady who works in the morgue, I don't
Is
know. Rather
Not
than
down
being
with it.
world weary from all of the death and pessimistic, she's like the most moral person in this hospital.
Damn it.
So
Well,
what then? She is.
I guess-
She does have. Basically, you are totally right in targeting her because she's the only person here at night
Right.
for the entire week,
Mhm.
and she doesn't even work in that department. So if scrutiny came down on that department, it wouldn't look to her first.
I know it was the perfect plan.
She
Yeah.
really is the perfect target, except for that she has a conscience.
Yeah.
Aha. Well, we could try again on the weekends. She has weekends off.
Yeah, we could try the
Who
weekend.
works here on the
first.
weekends?
Actually, that's not a bad idea. We could try after our date tomorrow.
Sure.
No, your date tomorrow is still a weekday.
Yeah.
Rodney, what are you doing here?
Wait a
No,
minute.
that's not Rodney. That's me
Okay.
as a GM saying your date tomorrow is still a weekday. It's like Tuesday, I think.
Oh, okay.
Whenever you correct us, I now just assume it's Rodney.
Right, me too.
Look, when you need to
Totally.
be corrected about something in character, it's going to be Rodney. When it's just out of character to remind you of things that you should already know, then it's going to be the GM.
Well, I mean, should we take some? Let's just
Let's
look
grab-
around,
let's
see
grab
how
some
it's
for
labeled,
tonight.
and see if we can figure out, if there's
Yeah.
any good blood.
What does good blood mean?
Like laced with fun stuff.
Oh, okay. With that comment earlier, I wasn't okay. Yeah, let's look. Let's look.
The chat is screaming for ghoulification here, but we're not beholden to chat. We're our own men and women and vampires.
Oh, I do want to ghoul her.
So,
But
is this going to be the gist of your hospital adventure? You've taken some blood from her, and then you're going to leave?
The other frigidors, are there like locks on those, or can they like open up?
They also require key cards.
well, I mean, she's kind of
Knock on the
Is
door.
stupefied.
she still like woozy?
She should be
Yeah.
loopy.
So
Can we see if she has a key card?
she'll be woozy for about 10 minutes on either side of a feed. That's
Okay.
your window. So they will be woozy 10 minutes after, and they will not have memory of about 10 minutes before.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
longer than that on either side, and they will begin to have memories.
Perfect.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, grab her key card. I just
Yeah.
want to get a look at what we're dealing with here.
All right. So shocking development. Her key card's not on her person.
Ooh, check her purse.
If you want to look around for her key card, that will
Yeah,
be
and I also think now would be a good time for me to figure out that I also have Auspex.
Oh, that would be a perfect time to figure it out. And you know
Ooh.
what else now would be a perfect time for? Our hourly break!
The aristocrats.
We are in the middle of an investigation roll to find the key card.
Yeah.
Either of you can look if you wish. In this case, Auspex will in fact help.
Then I think Maria should look.
So it'll be, well, even with Auspex, Maria will have 4 dice in this roll.
Okay.
Whereas you will have 4 dice in this roll. So Maria, you may spend a blood to activate Auspex, and then
Wait,
I
Auspex
don't have
1 is
to.
reflective. should
yes, reflective is a time frame, not a lack of expenditure. Of
No roll or other cost is required.
be. Yeah,
oh,
this is it,
wait,
yeah.
what? Can you
It takes
wait?
reflective action to activate this, but no roll or other cost is required. So, literally says that in the system for heightened senses, which is the first dot of Auspex. I have the book now.
Occasionally, it's time for an interest center. Expand senses come at a price. Wait, what? Degree of accuracy, in addition to the positive. It takes a reflective action. No other roll or cause in certain circumstances. All right. Okay. So apparently, you get to use Auspex for free for some reason. Well, I'm sure it was totally intentional and in no way one of this book's many oversights. So go ahead and spend nothing and roll
Aha.
4 dice. And both of you can roll that. Remember, you'll put that extra dice in your modifier in order for it to show up. And whereas Lavin, you will just roll perception investigation.
Perception investigation. Got it.
Investigation.
Perception investigation. Boop. No modifier, and then down to 5, correct?
No.
What?
No, it just stays at 6. So
I rolled.
Oh. So wait.
It is at my discretion that you get an extra dice.
yeah.
Oh, I just get an extra die for it. Okay.
Right, which is why you are rolling 4, which is why you're putting a modifier of 1 in the dice pool.
10.
10 means nothing.
Damn it.
Unless you have a specialization, which I hope to get pretty soon. So
Old World of Darkness is sad. So New WoD, they have all the same stats, basically, all the same pools, but 10s explode and 1s don't negate successes. But it's also a gradient success system, so you need more successes to accomplish things.
Yep.
Whereas in this system, I'm supposed to delineate
difficulty via how many numbers you need to roll
right.
the dice, which I think honestly is a
increasing
better
difficulty.
system.
I mean,
I tend to like it a lot more, but
the thing about gradient successes, in fact, I'm still doing gradient successes, is you need gradient successes to say yes but, or yes and, or no but.
Mm-hmm.
And those are all better answers than no and.
Mm-hmm.
So narratively, gradient success lets me do more. So in this case, for example, between the two of you, you got 3 successes. You will find at long last her key card. Although it's worth pointing out that this investigation took 6 minutes, and she's going to come out of her stupor in about 4.
I lost 10 minutes.
So, Maria, we're totally
10.
keeping that. We're totally keeping that. We might not even need her. You know, next time we just don't knock, and then, okay.
Yeah. So if we just leave her in there and like shut the door, she'll just kind of be like, "Oh, I just blacked out for a second.
Yeah.
Back to the dead body."
Right.
Sure. And I'm sure the security card
won't get changed. Yeah.
If the network admin for a shitty community hospital is good enough to turn off the old security cards, color me surprised.
In World of Darkness, like that should be like, and then some, right? Like that's like how you finish. It's like the Desu of World of Darkness by just saying it's World of Darkness, right? So.
I mean, yeah, but see, the thing about World of Darkness is it's shittier, right?
But that doesn't mean that if she goes, "Hey, I lost my fucking key card. All right, let me like deactivate that and give you a new one," right?
Some things make the world shittier by being better. And one of the things that makes the world shittier by being better is a hyper advanced security, because it means a more totalitarian life.
Damn.
So security is taken very seriously in World of Darkness. It's much better in World of Darkness.
Damn them all to hell.
It's much better and also fails more often in World of Darkness. So, it's inconvenient for normal people and doesn't even keep them alive.
Great. Well,
it's like
we can use it tonight.
Better?
It's so, like the only reason he died was because of the seatbelt that was around him. You know, like, if he wasn't wearing his seatbelt, he would have lived. That's
like the seatbelt was like way too tight and just like.
Cut him in half when he crashed.
So we like leave her in there, like kind of put her near her dead body, and then just like shut the door.
Let's take a look at some of this blood here.
Walk over and like.
Right. So you are in a room with some things, and those things are blood bags.
I'm taking 2. Well, let's see. Can I fit this here? I could fit about 2 without looking weird.
I pad my dress with blood bags.
Let's find out how many you can.
Just pack it to where it makes it look like you grew an extra boob. You can be like, God, help me.
I grew that.
No, then they'll be like, wait, man, we have to remove that. We have to remove that extra boob.
You have to drain your extra boob.
All right. To see how many blood bags you can
I'm 13.
Okay. Hold on a second. There's some issues.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna let you make this mistake. How many?
Well, it'll stay cold for a minute.
How many blood bags can you fit on your person? Manipulation, subterfuge, both of you.
Okay.
You know, we do not radiate heat, so
you don't radiate.
True.
If we hide them under our person, we will become It'll be like insulation.
Nope.
It's like a cooler.
You still got that big hole in your chest there, Maria?
What?
Boom!
Oh.
Just
Whoa.
shove them into our body.
You can fit 37 blood bags on your body.
All right, that is an exception.
Sorry, what was it? I was being a jerk. What is it?
Manipulation subterfuge, which is the second subterfuge and not the first subterfuge. All right. Maria, you can fit one blood bag.
That's fair. I'm probably not as good as like hiding things like
Guess I
that.
should have brought all this ammunition.
and Lavin, you can fit 3 blood bags.
Okay.
It weirdly makes sense because Lavin's probably used to hiding things and drugs on her person.
We gotta get these back pretty quick if they're gonna be any good. Let's split.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
All right,
we're
so you guys.
taxiing back to the taste.
All right, you guys taxi back to the taste, and I'm sure nothing about your adventures here will have gone awry.
No, of
Damien
course not.
and Braden.
Yeah.
Yes.
Braden's, babbling off about Pac-Man, and you think most of the drug dealers here are small time.
Yep.
You've been looking for a couple of hours. Do you have any other
Leads?
way?
Yeah.
Yeah, any other way that you want to go about this? Anything else that you think you're missing?
Well, my next step would be if I don't walk around and cursory find actual gang activity, because this seems like a very a hotbed for that, right? If I don't find anything that's worthwhile investigating, I want to go into that club with the dude.
The Tequila Tango?
Yeah.
Well, but hey, Wreckage, just real quick though, can I, like I was saying earlier, can I look for graffiti tags and then look on the interwebs to see what they mean?
No. There's no internet.
Dude, it's the 90s. They don't have fucking cell phones with the internet.
It's the early 90s in the world of darkness.
Okay.
They just made cell phones are just being brought in. No, they're not.
I mean, I had the internet before I had a cell phone.
Really?
There's internet, but
Yeah.
you would have to go to the internet place.
Right.
Not only that.
You'd have to go to your local blog to get some internet.
Not only that, but commercial ISPs were only just coming into existence at this point in time. So
Just get an AOL disk.
not everywhere would. That is what happened.
America.
Yeah. I mean, Prodigy was a thing.
Oh man, I love his songs.
Oh my God.
What is Prodigy?
Prodigy was before AOL. Its symbol was like a yellow star.
And Prodigy also gave us such songs like
Smack my bitch up.
yeah.
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 It's a good-natured song about the lighthearted side of heroin use.
Wow.
Hey, related artist, Fatboy Slim.
Wow.
So yeah. I mean, are you just trying to I mean, maybe you could draw them and run a search on them later when you get internet access or something.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to promise you that graffiti is not going to work. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because there's far too much graffiti that is not gang related.
I like the idea that he's like, a phone number worth investigating. Call for a good time.
For a good time call. Hey, Damien, we should call this number.
Did you know you're the first person to call? They go hang gliding.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's so weird.
Yeah. I had a
Right.
great day. Yeah.
So, yeah. What about you, Damien?
As I said, go to the nightclub. If nothing comes up from a cursory glance, I was thinking maybe it would be a little easier because this place seems a little more run down than my usual stomping ground. So,
Well, shouldn't we wait for the girls to distract old sleazy butts?
I'm not gonna make a move on the dude. I just want to walk in there and see if I can find dudes slinging coke.
Right. Perfectly
All right.
valid. Once again, even though it is a weeknight in the Tequila Tango, it's also the shitty part of town where the only thing people have in their lives.
It's worth pointing out too. I've dressed down for this, so I'm not
have you?
yeah.
Do tell.
As I said, fucking goddamn red Hawaiian shirt over the top of a wife beater that's white, you know? Like, yeah, like not wearing my normal button up, whatever. So, yeah.
Right. And you are looking for people slinging drugs in the actual, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Perception investigation, and this time you can add a die for your auspex because it's a dark club with pumping beats and flashing lights and.
So this is pool mod, yeah? You just put a 1 in that?
Yep.
Fucking trash.
Yep. Garbo.
Garbo McGarberson. Yep.
The Tequila Tango hosts largely a Hispanic community, and the drug of choice in this particular establishment seems to be alcohol, which is perfectly legal. Nobody seems to be doing anything nefarious in here, and you're certain of it. And I'm not saying you're certain of it in a way like you failed the roll. I mean, you succeeded the roll, and there actually is no drugs happening here.
Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna walk up to a dude who I think might be a drug dealer.
Sure.
Like, you know, he doesn't have to be slinging dope in here for me to think that he is a drug dealer, right? So,
how do you want to base this?
100% on you know, God, what's the word I'm looking for here? The
Guts.
Profiling.
Profiling, yes. 100% on
100%.
profiling. So.
All right. So, int.
Look, I don't want to beat around the bush. I'm a racist cop in the 90s, so like.
Yeah. Yo, I know you're settling coke.
Exactly. Right.
If I was still in the force, I'd just plan it on you and get this over with.
Exactly.
Right. So, int awareness.
Int awareness?
Yep.
Why int?
Because you're profiling somebody.
Yeah. Okay.
Profiling someone would be based on your repertoire of mental profiles and not your ability to see with your eyes.
Okay.
You have to remember that somebody in a turban gets profiled at the TSA, not see that somebody with a... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. Is this still Auspex?
No, Auspex is not related now because you can see everybody.
Of course, I roll better on a roll that I have less down.
This guy is definitely a drug dealer. And you can see him, you know, he's just having a drink. He's not dancing or nothing.
Yeah.
Should I try to buy drugs from him?
No, I got this. Why don't you go, like,
dance on the bar.
Did I know that he did that?
Like, I would like one marijuana, please.
Yeah. Why don't you go dance in the bar or something like that?
That ended badly for me last time.
Well, you actually... Okay, whatever. Just... I don't know, go make a friend or something.
Friend? Okay. I go sit in the corner.
Aw.
All right, you sit in the corner. Damien, what are you doing?
Yeah, I walk up to the dude. I'm like, what did he say he was? Like Mexican or something? Spanish?
You are racist.
Hispanic.
Hispanic. Okay.
Espanol.
Okay.
Mexican.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention that much to his race before. Okay, yeah, I'll walk up to him and go, "Hey, essay." My intention here is to rile him up. So.
Yeah. Yep. No, that's definitely your intention. He looks at you through half-lidded eyes, bloodshot and tired, and you notice for the first time that he's several drinks in, and he looks up as you say that, and looks back down immediately, and is like, "Fuck off, gringo."
I would, but I don't have the stuff I normally use to do that. I'm hoping you're selling.
Fuck off, gringo.
Hey, listen. I hope you're fucking selling.
Fuck off, gringo.
I'm gonna put my hand on his wrist and squeeze as hard as I can without breaking his bones. Like put some real pressure on there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I hope you're fucking selling.
So you squeeze on his wrists,
Yeah,
which is incredibly threatening.
yeah.
And so he smashes the bottle over your head.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna technically, this is a brawl attack. Let me see how much damage this would do. Because there is a melee weapons chart, and I'm pretty sure improvised ones is on there.
Yeah, no, there is one somewhere on there. I did remember reading it. That's the problem with this book. I remember reading about improvised weapons.
I remember reading. I read the book, so I know everything that's in it.
You just don't know where it is.
Yeah, that's in there somewhere. Oh God, there's a thing about frenzying. Where the fuck is it? Oh, you mean the part about healing with blood isn't under blood expenditures? Well, thank you, game. It's also not under healing because the vampire book, the healing section is about mortal healing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, we've been over this a dozen times.
The book is good, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. Okie doke. Right then, this guy gets +1 to his strength for a beer bottle. Then, because that's how melee weapons work in this system, is that you still just make a strength brawl check, but however good it is how much it's added to your strength.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and also believe that when he hits you, the number of success is the number of damage that you need to
Soak.
right. I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sure about that. Dr. Wreckage, why do you care so much about a vampire getting hit over the head with a beer bottle? Well, viewer at home, this could go very badly for Dave. He just doesn't know it.
You can see that bottle is actually full of holy water.
All right, so we're gonna roll strength plus brawl, and we're gonna give him a +1 for his melee weapon, and it's a difficulty. All right, you take 2 bashing damage.
Ooh, bashing. All right, I'm gonna see if I can soak that.
You get to roll your stamina, so
Just stamina, nothing else.
just stamina.
All
Every
right.
success is a damage that you soak.
So soak 1.
You take 1 bashing damage. Please mark it on your
Which one's bashing again? The
slash.
slash.
The single slash.
You're it. Okay.
All right. A man
Do
is
I-
hit over the head with the beer bottle.
Do I see this happen?
Oh, of course. You're in the corner. You got nothing to do but look.
Well, so Dave gets to respond to this before you do,
Okay.
because this is sort of a surprise round in which Dave has been surprised by a beer bottle over the head.
Okay. I wish to, I guess, sweep, which is dexterity plus brawl with difficulty +1 on it, and the damage is strength with a knockdown. Page 276.
No, I know where the moves are. I
Mhm.
just Why? Why?
Why?
What is
Because I want to
sweep
put him on the ground.
do? Hold on a second. I want to. Well, no. I need to go look at specific. Wait. No, these are the ranged ones. I need to see what sweep actually does.
The attacker uses his own legs to knock the legs out from the end of the opponent. The target takes strength damage and must roll dexterity plus athletics, difficulty 8, or suffer a knockdown.
Got it. Oh, that's fucking right. This is why this system's terrible, right? Because there's grapple, which is a nightmare, and then there's knockdown, which is a nightmare. So
I could just like palm the guy
no,
in the throat if
that's
you
fine.
want.
He's gonna sweep the leg. It's fine.
The leg.
Right. So you, in order to do this, must make a Dex plus.
Yeah. Can I spend a blood to buff
brawl.
my strength, please?
You may always do so.
Yep.
So your strength increases by 1 when you make this strength plus brawl roll.
It only goes by 1? Jeez, that doesn't seem like very good, but okay.
1 to 1.
1 to 1. And I can spend 2 blood?
You can spend 2 blood a turn, and then your strength will be increased for the remainder of the scene.
Sure. And if I, like, say I get 4 strength, right? If I increase it by 2, I get 4 strength. What is the likelihood if someone comes up to me and tries to punch me, whatever, if I grab their fist, can I, like, is it the same thing where I can just sort of, like, break their hand with a squeeze? Is, like, 4 strength that? Like, what is 4 strength?
2 strength is normal human. 4 strength is very, very strong human. It's not until 5 that you get to superhuman. So since, I mean, I do believe I think it's technically possible that a human can be strong enough to break another human's hand, but not like effortlessly.
So I'm like Arnold Schwarzenegger strong.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was a bodybuilder, which meant he focused on
Okay,
appearance.
yeah, sure. But, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger playing a TV cop. Strong.
You're narratively strong.
All right, fine. All right, let's sweep the guy's leg. And I'm
So now
hoping
you're rolling
my
5.
buddy, my sweet buddy Brayden might come out of the darkness, swinging his own beer bottles pretty soon if things go down.
Step out of the shadows.
Okay, so wait, no, it's dexterity plus brawl. Wait, really? It's dex plus brawl?
No, it's strength plus brawl.
No, it literally says it here. Traits, dex plus brawl / melee.
Oh, yeah, okay, dex. So just increase your dex instead, I guess.
But it's the damage is the strength. That's super weird.
Yeah, no, you deal however much damage with your strength, and then you use dex to actually do the maneuver.
Okay.
Except for in some situations,
What is
like
my brawl?
hold, tackle.
1, okay.
Either way, you're rolling 5 dice here. Whether you put it into strength or dex, well, if you put it into dex, you're rolling 5. If you put it into strength, you deal more damage, but you're only rolling 3. You can do 1 and 1.
I might just use blood to not take beer bottles in the face. We'll see how this goes. I'm not spending any blood right now, so.
But then you'll roll 3 dice.
Yeah.
To swing.
So I imagine I like just grab him by the collar and like try and like, you know, put him behind, like put my leg behind and try and bring him down sort of thing. But it doesn't work, I guess.
It worse than doesn't work. Because you have botched.
This system is
botch.
rough, yeah.
And botch in this system is when you get no successes and you get a 1 enough to go into negative successes. And
It's our first botch, everybody.
welcome to botch. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Once again, in the World of Darkness field of poor organization, the book doesn't have a section where it says botches and then describe what happens when something botches. Instead, the book takes every type of roll you can do in the section of that type of roll and describes what happens when you botch. So I am spending a moment looking to see what happens when you botch in a melee fight. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because it doesn't just say
Yo
Botches.
comprendo, hombre.
botches work like this. That's like I think that's my Mario.
It's
I
page-
thought it was your Morty. Oh, Rick, this is how botches work, Rick.
Oh, gee, Rick, I think we're gonna botch this situation up real good.
Damn it, Morty. I can't do the burp. Stop whining like a little baby and take the botch.
Please hold while I find what happens when you botch a melee roll.
You
So,
win the fight, I think.
Mhm. Yeah, that's how that works.
how's everybody doing?
I just
Uh,
took
Pretty
a,
good, I guess.
We
I
got
just-
blood.
I just took a look at the page in 250, and it doesn't really tell you what it should do. So
What? There's an overarching. No,
there's a description on botching on 250. So,
250.
I think this person is secretly a kung fu master.
but it doesn't have any tables or anything like that for like here's what normally happens when you botch a melee thing.
I just need some general idea of what the system wants me to do.
Yeah, 250 they have a section on botching. So
Now, is that 250 in a reader or in the actual book?
the book page.
Got it. Thank you. Botches. Bad luck can ruin anything. One more basic of a roll is a botch. Whenever one of the dice comes up a 1 and cancels out a success completely, take the die showing 1 and one of the dice showing a success and set them aside. In this manner, an otherwise successful action may be reduced to failure. Occasionally, truly bad fortune strikes. If none of your dice is a success, but 1 or more dice are showing a 1, the roll is a botch. If you score at least 1 more success, a botch is much worse than a normal failure. As dramatic misfortune. For instance, rolling a botch when trying to fast talk the sheriff might make him think you'd better go to the prince to explain yourself. Botching a stealth roll and breaking into an apartment might make the neighbor call the police. Botching an animal can roll, blah, blah, blah. Evil animals. The storyteller decides exactly what goes wrong. A botch may produce a minor inconvenience or might result in wholesale catastrophe. Of course, some storytellers might find that botches are too frequently, blah, blah, blah. This is privileged to give everyone, player and storyteller alike, one botch free. In other words, the first botch roll of the session doesn't count. The rules tend to make on life a little easier. Okay.
Sounds like it's up to you.
Yeah. Which is generally what I thought would happen, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically,
All right.
the
Well,
whole section is like, it's up to you.
So in other places, to be fair to me, for example, under specific powers and specific maneuvers, it says exactly what happens when the roll botches.
Sure.
So there are specific botches for certain auspex rolls, certain obtenebration rolls have specific botches.
Mhm.
So I wanted to see if there was a specific botch for
punching a
failed
dude in the
melee-
throat.
yeah, melee combat maneuver. Oh man. This is going to be really bad.
Why? He's immortal with a beer bottle.
So oh man, this is gonna be so bad. This mortal was drinking tequila.
Okay.
This mortal was drinking 60% alcohol tequila. And he smashed it over your head, and you're covered in 60% proof alcohol. When you utterly fail to sweep the leg, and in the process, you knock over a nearby table, which has been dramatically and mood-lightingly lit by a candle.
If there was a candle in the room, he wouldn't even be in there, wreckage. There's
Covered
fire,
candles.
right?
Covered candles do not bother you. Exposed flame does.
Uh-huh.
So candles set on tables typically aren't exposed flame. They're
Okay.
like washed out glass,
Okay.
for the purpose of mood lighting.
So you're gonna light me on fire? Is that what's happening?
Yes. I didn't think you would botch.
Okay. Should I start making a new character, or what's the deal here?
Potentially. I don't want to kill Damien. Well,
I mean, you don't have to light me on fire.
You botched. No, so okay, so here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
Mhm.
I was going to slow roll it into he smashed you over a beer bottle, which is 60% proof alcohol, and then like fire was going to be present, and we were going to slow roll into basically how this situation might go wrong, so that in order to back you down off of the situation. And then you botched completely. And you also botched completely after choosing to have a smaller dice pool. So I don't know.
Okay.
This
Well,
all
and
feels
you know, I
appropriate.
probably still would have had the exact same roll if I rolled an extra dice. You know,
You would have rolled 2 extra dice.
if I spent 2 blood, but yeah, sure.
Right.
So let's put this in perspective. I fall over, candle lands on top of me, I get on
So here's
fire.
what you don't fall over, and it's going to start small, but you're probably going to panic immediately.
If I'm on fire, I frenzy pretty much straight away.
Your sleeve just catches on fire. You are covered in alcohol and therefore are very flammable, but your sleeve catches on fire. You now need to make a fear check. You need to make a Rorschach the Red Fear check. It requires a courage roll. You must make 5 successes.
I can't even. I can't even make 5 successes.
I
only have 4 courage.
Yeah, but you accumulate successes.
What does that mean?
Nobody has 5 courage, and you always have to get 5 successes. All that changes is the difficulty. So for each roll that you don't get successes, or each roll that you do get successes, you are more or less under control for that period of time.
Mm-hmm.
You get to roll the number of times. How many times do you get to roll? Requires a courage roll, 5 successes, though few successes enable failure means. It describes in frenzy how you manage to overcome a vampire on the verge of frenzy. Must make self-control rolls. The difficulty is blah blah blah. The character must score 5 or more successes to complete it, but even 1 success halts the frenzy temporarily. For each success below 5, the character can resist the urge to frenzy for 1 turn. After this duration, they may again to gain extra success. Right. So every success you get postpones frenzy for 1 turn, and every turn you can roll. But you can't do anything else, I think is what it's describing to me. If anybody has a more clear idea about frenzy, especially under these circumstances, in the chat, please let us know. In this case, I need you to make a roll your courage, which is however many dice you have, at difficulty 7. All right, so you are, to put this in perspective, your clothes being on fire scares you as much as indirect sunlight did. Okay? The lit cigarette, like all of that stuff that you did, didn't scare you as much as the sun. This scares you as much as the sun, like as a concept does, just being adjacent to fire. All right?
Okay. Am I taking damage?
Not yet. Only your clothing is presently on fire, but that will quickly change. You immediately stop caring about the drug dealer who's on the ground. And you immediately start trying to suppress your own panic and put yourself out.
Can I even touch fire?
You're hesitant to touch it. So, but you are compelled to try and put it out. Braden, you see this.
All right. If I'm doing this, right? Can I use that Shroud of Darkness, whatever it is, to like put the fire out? Does that work?
No.
It's like a suffocating thing. No.
No, the description suffocating in the thing is mental. It is mentally suffocating, not actually deprives an area of oxygen.
Right. Okay.
Although great attempt, great thought.
So I do have an idea of what to do here. Now, how affected am I?
Well, it's fire, so you're the same as anyone else.
Well,
You
I
have
know,
to-
but I'm saying like
Make
I'm
an
on the
illusion
I'm
that
on
he's
the
not
other
on
side
fire.
of the room from him, right?
Right. So here's the thing: you have to also make a frenzy check, although yours is at a significant decrease in difficulty. So yours is 5 in difficulty, while his was 7.
Okay.
And that's on the difficulty of the dice roll.
Shit, you can't just roll courage. You got to type it out, huh? Okay.
Yeah, that's another slight
alright.
failing in this character sheet. Please, whoever made it, if you ever start watching, fix the subterfuge.
Something I did. There's a section on the left. It's called Other Traits, and you can just make a thing and put dots into it,
Wow.
and then you can pick at the very bottom. There's other 1, other 2, other 3,
Hmm.
and you
so
can
this
do
is
that to roll it.
difficulty 5.
That's what I did
Yep.
for my
Yep.
courage.
Which is actually easier than usual.
2
2
successes.
successes. This gives you enough control over the Rorschach, the red fear. I'm going to stop trying to say it the German way. This gives you enough control over the red fear to control yourself.
Okay. So what I
and
want to
take
do,
action.
because I've been on top of this bar before, so I kind of know the layout of it. I want to jump over the top of the bar and grab the soda sprayer, you know, that like has like Coke and Sprite, but there's also one that's just water.
Sure.
All bars have this, and
Okay.
then I can like put my thumb over the nozzle, kind of like you do over a garden hose.
Sure.
I'm gonna spray Damien with it.
All right. I am totally down for this. It will take a turn to
Yeah.
get there and do it. So the first question is, what does Damien do himself? Like, you're sitting there almost paralyzed with fear, but
All right,
you
I
are
describe-
I'm gonna I'll yell. I'm gonna yell to you what I'm doing. Like, hang on, I got it.
I described I was
the-
wearing a.
Firefighters are coming.
I
Right.
described that I was wearing a Hawaiian shirt, so I take that off. It's on fire. I take it off.
Okay.
Am I still on fire?
Well, I think that's going to come down to how well you take your shirt off.
It's a button-up Hawaiian shirt. I described it. I specifically did.
The
I-
sexier you do it, the more likelihood you have of a success.
So you're going to tear your shirt off is the point.
It's a undone button-up shirt. I take it off, Wreckage. There's no tearing
you're
of shirts.
going to unbutton it. You're going to
No, it's not buttoned.
Oh, it's unbuttoned completely.
Yes, I did
And you're
describe
wearing
this.
nothing under that?
I had a wife beater under
He's
it.
got a
that's
wife beater under
Yeah.
it.
He's got a wife beater under that.
Yeah.
Right. You fling the Hawaiian shirt off and your wife beater's on fire. You got hit over the head with the alcohol, so you got drenched.
Okay.
As the fire spreads, I will need another frenzy check from both of you. 7 difficulty from Dave and 5 difficulty from Brian.
Wow. Get shit on myself.
Right. So Damien goes into frenzy, which means despite your description that, hey, Dave, I'm going to help you. Damien, I'm going to get you. He's going to start bolting, which means that even you've made it to the soda sprayer, you have the water, you are now going to have to make a ranged combat check to successfully douse him with water and put the fire out before he fucks off.
Okay, so how the fuck do I do a ranged combat attack?
Right.
It's dexterity plus
Firearms.
firearms, but in this case, it wouldn't be firearms. It'd probably be something else. Probably. Oh God.
I mean-
Craft? No. God, what would it be?
Why not firearms?
Because it's not
I
a
think it's
firearm.
Yeah, but it
It's a soda gun.
functions largely like a.
It's a water. It's a hose. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. All right, ready? What's my difficulty?
It
6.
is standardly
6.
difficult.
Okay. 2 successes.
All right. You put Damien out while he fucking runs away.
Okay.
Wait.
It's all right, everybody. He just really doesn't like fire. I mean, you'd probably freak out too if you were on fire.
I don't think you need to explain it to anybody.
We'd all
the
freak
whole
out.
bar is just silent, right?
I need to explain it for myself because I'm talking myself down.
Oh, okay, you're talking yourself down. Also, you might need to. Are you going to continue to put out like the burning clothes and like the table that's cut on fire a little bit?
Yeah. And then, so I get it all put out, and I look at the big burly bartender and be like, I just want to make up for the last time I was here. I think you're doing a great job. And I put the thing back and I pat him on the shoulder and walk out from behind the bar.
Actually, before you leave, he's like, nice thinking, gringo. And then they actually like muscle the other guy out, like on the, like they do that thing that bystanders do, which is when there is a sort of obvious victim in a situation, they assume that the victim didn't start it, even though Dave totally started this. So they actually like blame this guy for starting the fire and like breaking the beer bottle and all of that. So like he's getting hucked out onto the street and probably going to get put into the slammer for the night.
Good. Fuck that guy. He was a drug dealer anyway.
So Damien's fucked off.
I grab his shirt.
The burned one? The post-burned one? All right.
Post-burned.
Okay.
And then I'm going to run outside. And when I run outside, do I see where he's run to?
Nope.
Oh.
But you all, like, the door to the alley is not, like, opened. It's like the Hulk just escaped from the zoo or whatever. Like, it looks like the Hulk just escaped from Jurassic Park. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like against the other wall of the alley.
My keen vampire senses tell me he must have gone that way. So I'll run down the alley looking for him.
All right. Why don't you give me a perception investigation?
Okay. Why would these be in alphabetical order? There we go. Two successes.
Wow. You're rolling really well on the amount of dice that you have.
I don't know what's going on right now. I feel a little uncomfortable.
We're going to cut over to Lavin and Maria, but your two successes will allow you to stay on the heels of Damien as he sort of frenzies into the night. So we'll cut back and see what that is doing in a second. Lavin and Maria.
About how long does it take us to get back?
Back to where?
To the Taste in a cab from the hospital.
30 minutes.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So, Maria. About this blood. I think we better ask Alexis if she thinks it's... Huh? Oh.
I point at the cab driver.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were back. Yeah, let's go in.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I thought this was the cab, and then but if we're back, then we're back. Yeah, sorry.
All right.
No worries.
Okay, yeah. So
it's been like half an hour. Do you think? And I feel the blood. How does it feel to me? Or can I even feel
coagulated? Maybe.
You have the capacity to feel hot and cold when you so desire to feel hot and cold. It feels. So I don't think they freeze because ice crystals would ruin the blood. So they just keep it refrigerated.
Yeah.
That's my assumption. And if any blooditorium managers out there want to weigh in on the truth of that, then feel free. Because it's not frozen, they feel like a pop that you took out of the refrigerator 30 minutes ago and then we're going to drink, but now you haven't, and you're like, I should just go back and get a cold pop.
A cold one.
An actual cold one.
I guess we can ask her if how quickly these get ruined.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and do that.
Sure.
Do I see her?
I mean,
you
guys have
she's running the taste.
Right?
Right.
Well, it's a weird vampire thing. It's not like medicine exactly, so like
right?
Okay.
Like, what they are correctly assuming is that is this blood still safe to put into a human is not the same as will this blood still give me vitae.
Mhm.
I turn my echo off because we're about to talk to Alexa.
Hey, Alexa. Nice.
Hey Alexa, what is the how much vitae will I get from a
no.
bag of
How long does
blood?
Vitae take to get out of blood, Alexa?
I call mine
Doo-doo.
computer.
Wow,
That's
could
easy.
you
yeah,
imagine if Alexa would be so much more useful if you could ask it role-playing rule
Role-play
questions?
rules? Oh my god.
Could you
That'd be
imagine that shit?
amazing.
Oh my god.
Alexa,
Shit.
what page is combat on
Right.
Vampire the Masquerade 20th edition?
Look,
Let me look that up for you.
IBM Watson couldn't figure out World of Darkness. IBM Watson would be like, illogical, must kill all humans.
Combat is on page 250, 275, 285,
It just keeps listing
293.
pages.
Yeah, it just says all the page. Like if I like just to check for frenzy rules, right? I put frenzy in, and it was like 1 of 256
Sure.
results. I was like, thanks, Control F.
Next time.
Yeah, fuck you.
Does not compute.
Yeah, so we go in, try to find Alexa. It's like usually not. It's not like packed, but it's like people there, like kind of like every night, right?
Yeah,
It's kind of what we've noticed.
yep. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's not. It's because it's a cafe and it's sort of meant to be very mellow. You would never describe it as bustling, but it is always
Occupied.
it is always largely occupied, and Alexa and Murray are always well worked. You know, they're always busy. For the record, zombie blood does in fact give vitae to vampires, but it is
Vitae.
just like say rats and vermin in that you need a lot more blood to get 1 point of vitae, which means you get less out of a body because it's bad blood. In fact, although this will never be able to be known, the vampire who got a taste of our Sin Eaters in Sin Eaters, if he were also to ever drink from a zombie, that horrible taste that he experienced
Is the exact same?
it'd be the exact same because all of the zombification things in World of Darkness also use plasm as a means to occur. So like that's sort of what animates zombies in World of Darkness. That's right. So anyway,
Yep. So yeah, I guess we kind of the same thing. We go in there, find somewhere, and kind of like wait for her to not be extremely busy and try to get her attention.
right. She's free whenever.
Alexa, long story short, we scored about 4 blood bags and we took them out of refrigeration like half an hour ago. Are they still gonna, give us the good stuff?
Well, that's a little long. I'm sure they're probably still good for something. You might find that they are a little bit less good per ounce, sort of. You know what I'm saying?
Is there a fridge in the back?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Just toss them in. Put your name on them, maybe, with some masking tape.
Okay.
It's like
Thanks,
a fucking
Alexa.
office fridge. It's like, who ate my
Yeah.
blood? Who did it? Was it
Who
you?
took that?
It was fucking Rodney, wasn't it?
It's always
Fucking
Rodney.
Fucking Rodney.
All right, I'm gonna toss these in the
Yeah.
in the fridge.
All right. Yep. You guys, Lavin and Maria, have 4 blood bags in the taste fridge.
Woo!
Should you ever need them, and also Alexa will not give you any blood.
Those are like 1 point per.
We'll find out, won't we?
Yeah,
Because they're the 4 that you claim ownership over are also the 4 that were out of a refrigerator for 30
I
minutes.
assume, and this is just me assuming, because of how much blood they take to fill a blood bag, it would be 2 points. But that's just me assuming based on safe removal of blood from people.
Right,
Do you,
because
do you
when you
assume
donate
that the
blood-
word "assume" has the letter H in it?
See the because as you'll recall, the amount of blood that it's safe to take from a person is 2 vitae. And also when someone donates blood, they take, well, not the total amount that is safe to take from a person. They obviously leave a lot of wiggle room. So maybe Dave is on the right track for a blood bag and how much vitae it has in it.
You should
But
get
it's
like a
hard to-
word cloud for this fucking show and just see how many times Vitae comes up.
Vitae will come up a lot because it's
That
blood,
and
vampires.
that and
Our new life.
frenzy.
blood, frenzy, vampire. Anyway, Maria and Lavin, you guys scored some blood bags. What are you gonna do now? You're going to Disney World?
Nope. I'm gonna go.
Disneyland.
Maria,
Who goes to Disneyland?
We're close to
We're in
Disneyland.
California.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, but like, I mean, you
Sorry.
could actually drive to Disneyland in the universe. I just meant the joke, right?
no. Maria, I'm gonna go kick it back here. What are you gonna do?
What time is it now?
It's like 2 a.m.
Hmm.
You got maybe 3 hours until sunrise, maybe 3.5.
Yeah, not too long. I like. I'll try to flag Alexa just for like a quick question again. Like,
Yes, sweetie.
is Don still here?
Oh no. He only visits some nights. That was very rarely, actually.
Okay. If I don't know if this is weird, but if I wanted to practice what I can do, where would be a good way to do that?
What?
Like my abilities, my new vampire or my
What are those?
I like look around and like kind of lean in a little bit. Like I'm not supposed to spread it out a lot. Don
Well,
said,
then don't tell me.
well, I trust you.
Well, sweetie, yeah, you may trust me, but don't be so naive. I'm not saying I would betray you, but there are powers even that let people listen in, and all sorts of other things. The more people that know, goodness, I could simply be dominated, and they could ask me, and just by the fact that I know, even if I would never.
That's a thing.
Oh yes, one of the powers that a vampire can have is called dominate, which
I got
allows
it.
them to control minds. So when you have a secret as a vampire, it's not just do you trust somebody, it's how many brains are you willing to have that information be in.
That's interesting.
Huh. Okay. Then I guess I shouldn't say.
Please don't. If Don said that it should be secret, then I would only tell your group, and only because they should know what you can do in a dangerous situation.
All right. Okay. Thanks. Sorry to bother you.
The door slams open. It's Rodney.
Rodney?
He's
Hi,
so
Rodney.
lucky I'm not there.
Maria, Lavin, I need to talk to you in the other room. Maybe Alexa too, please, really quick.
What? What's
Okay.
the-
Just really quick in
Okay.
the other room in the back room. Can we come back here? He's sort of like
Yeah.
dragging you by the sleeves.
Oh.
And when you and Alexa and Lavin are in the back room, he's like, David's freaking the fuck out. And he's running all through the city and he's not stopping. And I don't know what to do. And is he?
Wait, I'm running through the city. I'm Naruto.
With your arms
Okay.
back.
You slap him just as Alexa's saying, oh, he's frenzying. And
Oh wait, you understood that?
What does that mean?
he's the beast has taken over. Something must have happened. And Ronnie's like, yeah, something happened. He got lit on fire by a druggie, and then Brayden didn't try to fucking help, and then he put him out. And it was really great. It was really cool. And then everybody they said,
Down.
good job, Gringo.
Like, where is he now, though?
I had to come tell you, so I don't know. Braden's on his trail though. And Alexa's like, oh my goodness, this is terrible. If he runs into another group of vampires, and he's causing too much trouble, they might just kill him. We need to get out there right away. Sweetie, you need to tell us exactly where the last place you saw them was, and we'll have to figure it out on the way. And she calls up, Murray! Yeah! I have to take the car! He's like, what? Yeah, you have to watch the cafe! Like, oh, grumble! He grumbles. Like...
Rub, 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 rub.
Is it like a Volkswagen Bug with like a big flower sticker on it?
Yes.
Awesome.
They're hippies from the 60s.
Yes.
Yes. So, Alexa is taking you to where Rodney last saw Damien and Braden.
This is what, half an hour away?
Half an hour away by cab, which involves hailing them down and them intentionally taking longer to run up the tab because it's World of Darkness. You'll get anywhere faster by not cab. That much is certain.
Mhm.
Braden,
Yes.
that's you. You have successfully kept on the trails of Damien, who perhaps thankfully has mostly been traveling through back alleys. However, whenever he encounters the slightest obstacle, he seems to just utterly destroy it. Like,
Okay.
he doesn't use the amount of force or restraint that is necessary. He uses like 10 times that much. So, for example, he comes across an alleyway that currently has a car parked in it, which means it just sort of almost barely blocks his path. And rather than leaping over the car or, just even scooting around the car, like the car is thrown into the wall of the alley and crumpled and shit. So, you are following a trail of destruction that over responds to obstacles and also seems to avoid bright lights, thankfully.
And I'm assuming too, since like it's easy to follow his trail, I can move pretty quickly. Like I'm running at pretty much full speed here.
It's not. If I had stopped to see that you only had 2 dice in perception and investigation, I probably would have lowered the difficulty in the first place. But you didn't need it, and it's not a difficult trail to follow. It's
Right.
There's gaps between destruction, so you need to be like, okay, there. So you're keeping up just fine. He's headed. He's already well out of what would be considered your guys' turf, and he's headed south. And you guys have been moving through. You come out of the sort of. He doesn't take a very direct path either. Like, he doesn't seem to have a particular end goal in mind. He's often curving and coming back around and stuff.
Sure.
You just now exit the area of houses that is at the southern edge of your turf, and you're moving into the industrial part of what is just south of your turf, which is really just a bunch of train tracks and warehouses.
Sure, I see that. Yeah.
And at this point, also the trail of destruction ceases a little bit because there's a lot less in the way of actual obstacles. It's a big open, train yard. I mean, he just tore through the fence at the edge of it, right? Like, he didn't try and leap it or anything. It was just a big hole in it.
Can I hop up? You know how they have like trains? They have like those sort of like water tower things or whatever that like have the big
for filling water into trains.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to climb a tower?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Climb up a tower and see if I can spot them.
All right. Sure thing. Why don't you roll me?
Because I don't think like yelling his name and telling him to calm down is going to help here. You know,
I think that's a fair assessment of the situation.
Yeah.
Why don't you roll me perception alertness?
Okay.
And why don't you make it difficulty 5?
One success.
You see him leaping off in the distance, to the south, and he's already sort of out of the other end of the industrial district. Before you're about to get,
I'm sorry, you said still going south?
yeah, still headed
Oy.
south.
Okay.
Before you're about to get down from the tower, you see, sort of following along your trail of destruction, a VW Beetle with a flower on it, and
Ooh.
you recognize that someone in our party, whoever wants to be the one who's like looking out for the trail of destruction out of the car, is sort of leaning out of the VW Beetle, and is recognizable. So hey, there's your buddies.
Yeah, I'm gonna sort of like flag him down, jump down, and I'm gonna car surf the thing. I'm not even gonna hop in. What I'll do is I'll like hold on to the top, and I'll lean over to the driver's side and be like, Alexa,
What? Why
he's headed south. He's headed south.
There's room in the car, sweetie.
Just go.
But I can't. There's no roads through there. We're gonna have to back up and go around.
Just go fast. He's going south.
I'm gonna have to get on the. Okay. Jeez. She puts the pedal to the metal. But yeah, instead of heading south, she has to head west to the road that actually crosses over the industrial district. You know, she's gonna drive. She's like, okay, well, what's been happening? What have you seen?
Well, he kind of caught on fire a little bit.
Yes, but what did he do after that?
Oh, he went fucking crazy.
Right, he frenzied. But what did he do?
He
she says that she's driving.
Ran out the door. He just ran.
Has he done anything to anyone? Or
Not that I've seen. All I've seen is just
That's good.
destruction of property.
She hits the road and does a hard right in a VW Beetle. And you go driving down south finally. Where did you last see him?
He was headed south through this train yard.
How far along was he?
He was almost all the way through.
All right. I guess we'll just. So she's driving faster. Was he just running at normal speed, or was he?
Oh no, he was going as fast as his body could carry him.
Okay, so he wasn't using celerity. That's good. We would be in a lot of trouble if he was using celerity. She cuts a left at this point, now that you've passed the industrial district, to try and cut him off. Anybody who's in the car can make a perception alertness roll. As long as you're actually trying to look around.
Since I'm on top of the car, I have a better vantage point. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, but you're also struggling to stay on top of the car while it's driving at full speed.
Okay,
So
that's
that's about counteractive to your advantage.
I would like to turn on my auspex.
This will give you an additional dice.
I have
Huzzah.
rolled.
Lavin has
Oh.
got 3 successes.
Lavin nailed it too.
Damn.
You did not, despite your many, many more dice. Braden?
Now I know Damien's pain. Rolled
Yeah.
7 dice. Got 1 success.
Yeah, that's basically my pain for tonight. That's why I frenzied.
Braden, have you rolled?
Oh, do you want me to roll?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, it was perception what?
alertness.
Oh, okay.
You were arguing for an advantage, but I said because you're stuck on the roof, your advantage cancels out trying to
Okay.
stay on the roof. But that doesn't mean you don't
one
get to roll.
success.
Lavin.
I see him.
No, you don't. Lavin, you see.
I believed it. For what it's worth, I thought you really saw
You
him.
bought that?
I bought it.
You guys are traveling along the road in between the industrial district and the Los Angeles River, and other people are like looking for him running along, and you see what might be him in the Los Angeles River. There's like a body.
Guys, look in the river.
The river.
There's a body in there. Is that?
Is it him? It
I
looks.
can't
It.
tell,
What was he?
but it looks.
What was
What
he
was
wearing?
he wearing, Braden?
He just had a tank top on. I've got his shirt right here. I throw it into the window of the car.
Why? It's on.
So the body
Singed.
just has a tank top, a wife beater.
Braden, is that him?
I mean, it looks like it. Same clothes.
Alexa brakes really hard, and Braden, you go flying off of the car and skidding along the road. But you're a vampire, so it doesn't matter.
That's right.
You just sort of
I look really cool when I fall on my face.
So you guys sort of pull over near the Los Angeles River, and the Los Angeles River, I believe, is in downtown LA, maintained almost entirely by like concrete, like fake banks. There's no longer a natural Los Angeles River. It's more like a vast sewage system. In a world of darkness, especially, it's like a big open sewer that runs through Los Angeles. So there's these very steep cement banks. And who wants to run down into an open sewer?
I
Oh,
can't go into that water.
Yeah.
Can you
I'm
even
already-
cross bridges Tuesday? Like it.
I can. I have to be 50 feet above the water, so I'm obviously not going to go down to
okay.
the edge of the water.
Yeah.
I'm already out of the car, so
It's moving water, right?
Yeah, has to be moving water.
You're lucky that the Los Angeles River is basically a stagnant cesspool.
Oh, jeez.
'Cause you've already crossed over the bridge.
But I'm assuming the bridge is 50 feet higher than the water, because I can
No.
cross.
Well, 50 feet. How much is 50 feet, really?
It isn't.
It should be 50 feet higher for swells.
How many stories is 50 feet?
Probably about 4
Five.
stories. 5
No,
stories.
5?
stories.
Yeah, about 10 feet a story.
50 feet, 2 meters. It's 15 meters. Okay, all right.
I don't think that this bridge in particular is that high up above the water.
Okay, I can't be doing this then.
Anyway, the point is
I'm
you can't
already
go
out of
to the river.
car.
But that's
I've
fine.
been skidded through the dirt. I'll go down into the cesspool.
I don't know. You guys haven't crossed the river yet, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Lavin's
Okay.
deal with water is basically she took a weakness, which is she can't cross bodies of water.
In the character creation rules, there are optional extras for all of the stereotypical vampire weaknesses. So you can have an allergy to garlic.
Mhm.
And Dave has the no reflection, but that's a part of his clan. That's not an optional
I
extra.
have selective feeding.
Like,
Right.
I can cross water, but if it's flowing, I need to be 50 feet or greater above it, I believe.
Right.
We took weaknesses so that we can have better positives as well. So like
Yeah,
Right.
you do. Well, and also for narrative reasons like this. So Lavin just sort of stays sheepishly on the bank. Maybe you don't know why. Also, like you're really repelled by it.
Yeah.
And who is the first one into the water? Into the sewage.
I'll hop in.
Splash. You wade up to Damien, and you like pick him up, and it is Damien.
why the
and-
fuck am I
Sure, buddy.
face down in the fucking river? Like
It's Damien, and he's like out of it. He's not present, but he's
I
no
got
longer.
your shirt.
I got your shirt.
It's a little brown, buddy, but it'll be fine.
Pull him to the shore.
Well,
You have to-
obviously,
We have to get out of here.
Rodney. What do you think I'm doing, Rodney? I'm
It's
just having a
Alexa.
conversation. Oh, Sorry about that, Alexa. I love you. You're fine. And I pull Rodney to the shore. Not Rodney, Damien to the shore.
Thank you. Please get in the car. We don't know whose attention we attracted with all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff him in the backseat.
Yeah, let's get back.
With all of you in this VW Beetle, it's not comfy. But
Well,
also,
it's like, this reminds me of the 60s when we used to cram people in these things for fun.
you basically have like a sewage-covered body like across all of your laps in the back seat. By the way,
you
who
can't
has
really
shotgun?
smell them.
Who has shotgun?
Probably Rodney, that little dick.
Rodney does not have shotgun.
Good.
Who has shotgun?
Damien.
What?
No, definitely not Damien. I don't know. I might have assumed and just hopped in. I'm kind of
makes sense.
pompous.
All right. Lavin's got shotgun, which means it's your job to look out for the police. So, shotgun
Okay.
rules, remember?
Okay.
Do you guys don't know that?
You gotta
shotgun
keep an eye
has-
out.
It's whoever gets shotgun. it's
Shotgun
their
is
job.
navigator. Come on.
Yeah, it's navigator. They got to keep their eyes out for the police. Like you get to sit in the front, which means more leg space, but you get take on certain responsibilities like watching out for the like dealing with the radio. But the guy who owns the car controls the radio. You just have to do it for him. Those are the shotgun rules. That's what we were always dealt with.
Did you often run from the popo as a child, Wreckage?
I have never been in a car with other people.
Oh.
So
Never mind.
I almost spat my fucking water out.
I did not, as a child, I did not have friends.
I was just
Why
saying.
are we laughing at his pain?
I didn't have friends as a child either, so I'm okay with it.
You guys get back to the taste, and like hose Damien and Braden, who are out in the LA sewer, down because they're probably more flammable with that on them than they were with the alcohol. And after you're all hosed down, they bring you into the back room where like an hour before sunrise, Damien will regain consciousness. Damien, you have no recollection of what occurred, but you have spent 5 blood during the process of frenzying.
Oh shit.
Okay.
You have not, however, taken any damage during the process of frenzying.
Okay. All right. I assume I healed my bruised.
No.
It wasn't lethal.
Oh, right, no, bashing, right, heals.
Yeah.
No. Vampires don't get to even heal bashing.
What? Really?
That's, yes.
Doesn't bashing go away after a scene, though?
Yeah, I thought bashing
Yeah,
goes
for
away after
human.
scene.
I think.
Pretty sure it does. Yeah.
I know for a fact that it goes away for humans after a scene, but
I thought I read that.
Yeah, I read
yes,
that.
no,
too.
you definitely did. But the healing section in this book, which is about vampires, details human healing, and then later on says you need to spend blood as a vampire. But I don't know if you need to spend it for bashing. Let's just remove the bashing for now, and
Okay.
we'll look into that later.
Okay.
We'll stop slowing down the scene. You come into consciousness. The last thing you remember was being on fire. And being really scared of it.
Okay. Did they close the blinds this time?
There's no sun. This is an hour before sunrise.
Before sunrise. Oh, okay.
Before sunrise, not before sunset.
Oh, I get
So
you. Right. yeah.
everybody is still awake in the back room when you come into consciousness.
Right. Okay. I guess I sit up and I just sort of like, look around.
You like your shirt?
Oh my god, dude, like, how did you catch on fire?
Fucking tequila.
Tequila? Why are we... Oh, hey, look, we scored some blood bags. You want some?
Uh,
You don't look that great.
So it's blood bags. Maybe that's the thing that Damien has the least problem with.
yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
so
Yeah, I
have
mean,
we not gone to sleep yet?
no.
No, it is an hour
Ah.
before sunrise.
Hour before bedtime.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Sunrise
So yeah,
is
that
bedtime.
mixed me up. Sorry.
Sunset is bed
I-
awakening.
Right. Yeah. I got. Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
I'm gonna go grab the 4 bags. Here.
I mean, this is a good
Oh.
opportunity to see how much they give, I guess. So
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll have 1 wreckage.
Right. If you have 1 bag of their, let's say Lavin and Emir Brow, you will get 1 vitae. But you feel like if you had another one, you would end up with 3 vitae. Between 2.
Okay. I'm okay with. I'll have 3, I guess, then.
Well, you only
2
need
bags.
2. 2 bags to get 3 vitae.
Yeah, that's
One and
what
a half. 1.5 per blood bag.
Right.
Makes sense.
Okay, that makes more
1.5,
sense.
and it's very hard. You can't get a half of a vitae, so I have to be here.
What does that look like? Do I just like upend it in my mouth? Like, how does?
You probably
It's like
bite
it's like
into
one of
it.
those little bags of applesauce. You just kind of like, then you.
Yeah.
Because you don't drink it, right? You have to take it through the fang.
No, it doesn't go through the fang. It does sort of like, you don't swallow it, but as it goes in your mouth and throat, it just disappears. As it sort
Vampire
of
magic.
absorbs into your actual body thing.
Right. Okay.
Right. So it doesn't, involve, there's no sort of vampiric digestion process. It's just magic.
Right,
So he has taken 3 blood out of your
Feeling any
bag.
better?
I didn't take any damage. I was like, I mean, I thought the fire would actually burn me alive. I mean, it was.
Braden saved your life.
Thank you, Braden.
I'm just gonna put the rest back. I put the
it's
blood back
fine.
in the fridge.
Rodney doesn't know what he's talking about. Don't worry about it.
No, you saved his life, and everyone in the bar said so. And they didn't even know he was a vampire.
Well, I did what I could.
Maybe that could score us some points when we're trying to check it out.
Maybe.
I mean, they definitely do like me in there.
I wouldn't say that.
God damn it, Rodney.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but this has been a really eventful night. I'm sure excited.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm keen to just end the night and start fresh.
It's time for bed.
Yeah, we just chill for the next 45 minutes or whatever.
I sure am looking forward to that refreshing 10 hours of involuntary unconsciousness that I can neither invoke nor end.
8 hours for me.
If we're like walking around, what happens is we just fall over and like bang our head on the coffee table.
If you're not somewhere that's safe from the sun, your beast will keep you awake or try to until you get somewhere safe from the sun.
No, but like even if we're safe, like if we're safe from the sun and I'm walking around, do I just like collapse?
Awesome. You just shut off if you're safe from the sun and you know that you are.
Sweet.
So why don't, with the evenings going to sleeps, we'll take a break and we'll come back for the final portion of Die Party Vampire the Masquerade LA at Night Electric Boogaloo 2. You guys go to bed because you're shaken slightly by Dave frenzying. Damien, you will wake up first that day. Is there anything you're going to do with your extra 2 hours?
Did they put the blinds down? I
Yes.
would have asked before they did that. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to take this opportunity to get some space from the sleeping nerds, and
Sure.
I don't know, just
You basically have the entire floor and kitchen of the taste at your disposal.
all right. So did they explain how they make the blood coffee?
Yeah, they did. They have. Well, when you first asked, she hadn't talked about ghouls yet, but she used the word willing volunteers. They have willing volunteers get very high on whatever they want the blood to
Okay,
have.
so it's not like I can just do like a brew with blood in it and then
No,
be done
it's
with
not
it?
a
Okay.
it's not a mixing thing. You can only consume the vitae of the person. Their vitae has to be filled with caffeine or alcohol or LSD or heroin.
So I want to be able to do that at one point. So I don't know. Maybe I just. Is there any books or anything like that in here at all?
Oh yeah, they have a lot of books because it styles itself as a European cafe where people can come down and sit and be quiet and read.
All right.
So there's a whole little bookshelf.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe I just read something. Doesn't really matter what it is.
The Man in the Sea.
No.
Riveting.
Nothing but that. I don't. No.
The Grapes of Wrath.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Gee, George.
I read something. It doesn't matter what it is. So.
Okay. War and Peace.
Yeah. Sure. I got all the time in the world to read.
But then your glasses break. What do you do?
No.
Luckily, I can read Braille.
This is not Twilight Zone.
First of all, he's talking about the scary door.
Yeah, the scary door. I know exactly what it is. Then my hands fall off, and I'm like, nah.
And then he's just screaming and his head falls off. And it's like, it's just over the
The
top.
scary door.
The scary door.
Maybe there's some man
That's pretty good, Rod Serling.
Yeah, that
Maybe
was so bad.
mumbling
That
something.
was
You're about to
not
enter a
bad.
place adjacent to a location.
Maybe there's some sort of field or a scary monster. The Scary Door is a good Twilight Zone spoof.
That was a great parody.
Another good parody of the Twilight Zone is Night Springs from the Alan Wake games. And another really good thing that's like the Twilight Zone is the Twilight Zone. If you haven't seen it,
Oh yeah,
watch the Twilight Zone.
it's good. Like the '50s one.
Yeah, the
Very
actual
good.
Twilight Zone. Go watch the Twilight Zone.
Very good.
Don't do it before you go to bed at night because it will actually it will screw you up a little bit, some of those episodes. And then other of them are the sort of cheesy, over the top cliche stuff that we now make fun of about them.
There's something on the wing of the plane.
Yes, thank you.
Is it David Duchovny?
Oh
No, it's a
boy,
gremlin.
is it?
And it was William
This
Shatner.
flight just got so much sexier.
William Shatner all of a sudden. Anyway,
Right.
yeah. So I
you read
just
till the
read
others wake
something.
up.
I mean,
The
there's
others wake
nothing else for me to do right now.
Hey, it's
so.
date night.
I'm not that excited about it, Rodney.
That was me as the GM just being like exclamation. But sure, Rodney said it. Hey, it's date night.
Yeah, not that excited about it, Rodney.
Are you gonna
Maria,
get all
you're
dressed
coming with
up?
me. Wait, so
Yeah. So.
all right, I think we're just gonna distract this guy while we
So
look
should
through
we-
his stuff. We could just even feed off him. I don't really want to even touch him.
Well, I was gonna say I'm wearing the same hoodie and jeans I've been wearing for the last 5 nights. So.
Oh yeah, we better go shopping.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna go buy stuff real quick. Anybody else need clothes? Your shirt was on fire.
Get me a disposable camera if you can.
Okay.
I'm actually, you know what? I am reading darkroom techniques. That's what I'll read. Boom, done. How to process film.
You'll have to get that from a library, but you can.
Cool.
So Maria and I are gonna hit close by.
You know what would be a
department
great place to go shopping for clothes? Sears.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
24/7 Sears. Yo, did your shirt just burn down in a weird accident in a nightclub? Sears
They've
is
got one of
open
their
and around the
catalogs.
corner.
Sears is open 24/7.
They've got one of their catalogs right here on the table.
Yeah, okay. All joking aside, I'm totally not buying my clothes at Sears. So anyway, actually, I could just go get my
All right.
stuff and meet back. So as an aside, it'd probably be pretty boring to watch me clothes shopping.
Right.
Can we just go grab clothes and come back?
There you
Yeah.
go. You have clothes. Congratulations.
Thank
Are you grabbing them from your home, or are you shopping? Because that matters.
Shopping.
Oh yeah, we can go home. Holy shit! I forgot about home.
Oh,
You have a limited
yeah.
amount of time to go home before landlords start assuming that you're dead and missing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab my clothes.
My cat's totally dead by now, guys. So
No.
No, it's been 3 days. No cat could ever survive on its own.
they can't. Yeah.
Like I
Cats
said,
are
Yeah,
stupid.
let's yeah.
Here's you're assuming that I was diligent to feeding that cat before I left it alone for 3 days.
Right,
So you know,
right.
because you know, it's one of those. I inherited a cat.
Right. We've told this story. That cat's gonna kill you one day.
Yeah. I come home, it's sitting on the phone. I'm just like, I can't make a phone call because it's on the phone. It's like trying to get it off. It's like, and I'm like, fucking cat, man.
Anyway,
Throw a shoe at
cats
it.
are notorious for sitting on phones.
This one's a dick. Of course, this one would. So
You guys go shopping, and get clothes, and that whole thing takes a period of time. What does Braden and Damien do during it?
Poor. Is there a way to? So the plan is, are you guys taking him out of the nightclub?
I don't think so anymore. I think
Okay.
we may try to. We can either feed from him or.
So the problem with this, right? This whole plan is that if we feed from him, then 4 of us are going to have to go up there somehow. So you had trouble getting up there by yourself. I don't understand how 4 people are going to get up there, you know? Like,
Okay, yeah, I didn't try to get to his apartment,
yeah, so what I would like to do, Wreckage, and
but it's not a problem to get to his office.
it's kind of super weird for me to like do this stuff, but we keep coming back to this fucking nightclub, you know? And it's just like, so I want to go back to this nightclub. I want to see if there's any other way up to the second story other than going through the building itself. I think you're muted, by the way.
Yeah, it's got a fire escape, and
Cool.
also you didn't have to go back to the nightclub last night. You.
I did it because I was down here. Might as well go do something. But yes, I will. Yeah, so we can get in easily enough without any problems. So
I mean, yeah. I mean, you don't have to break a window.
that's cool. I don't mind breaking a fucking window.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get the place redone anyway.
We don't need windows
Our
in Vampire
place.
Land, so
No, but you do need airtight seals. Right. So, what is the plan then while they're shopping? Are you doing nothing? Are you just waiting?
I mean, I don't know what else to do. I mean, like,
Sure, you just wait. That's fine.
Yeah.
Don't ever feel bad about answering. Yes, we just wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna just wait for him to go shopping.
All right, they go shopping. You guys are enclothed with. I don't understand what your date clothes are going to be like when you're dating, or like I understand what it would be like if you were going on a date and you were getting clothes for a date, but you are bringing a friend to make it not a date. So it's not like you're both going to get all dressed up for date night when what you're actually trying to do is shut down a date.
Caftan.
We're actually
big,
gonna get
giant
totally
caftan.
done up, I feel like, and
It's
Okay.
a ruse, you see.
yeah.
What is the
It's-
ruse?
Well,
I
now
thought we
we've
were having a
doubled
date,
up,
and now
right?
it's
Like,
a third
he-
wheel thing.
aren't 2 women better than one?
Exactly.
I don't I don't understand your thinking.
Right.
here.
He's like, I brought a friend. Look at
It's
this
not like I
other
brought
pretty lady.
It's not like I brought another dude or a guy for her.
When you open the door, you're gonna be like, "We're both for you tonight." Like, is that what you're gonna insinuate?
Sure.
Right.
Anything to
And then we
distract
knock him
this-
out or feed on him or whatever.
Right.
Got it. I understand now.
Right.
It's just gonna be one of those things where like we're literally waiting around the other side of the door. And you're like, hi. You walk in there, you feed on him, then you open the door again. We just all walk in. Like, is that is that what it's gonna be? Like,
You guys
we'll
head to,
see.
you guys head to Tequila Tango. I mean, after you go shopping, I assume you all meet back at the Taste.
Yep. I toss you your disposable camera and two
Damien went off to
Hawaiian
the
shirts.
library to go get the book about developing video,
film,
film,
pictures.
pictures.
Whatever
I
you
don't know.
wanna call it.
Braden jerked off in the corner. Everybody did something for a couple hours, and then
Wait, he spent a blood to jerk off. That seems that doesn't seem like a good thing to do. Like,
It felt good.
I don't want to make this any more disgusting, but when you spend blood to make your bodily processes work, and there would be fluid involved, your body doesn't have other fluids, so it uses blood.
So I cum blood?
You cum blood. You also cry blood if you if you use blood to cry.
That's crazy.
Ooh, Tux. I've heard Tux in deep.
Yes.
I've heard
On
Tux in a deep
level
place.
that yes.
I'm sorry, Tux.
can I just say the first thing I thought of there was
Okay.
like ghouling a girl with blood is like the weirdest thing ever. Now, like, anyway, please continue.
But vampires do that, right? Like, do they tell them like, hey, by the way, something terrifying is gonna happen. It's gonna be great.
Look, all you need
and
to
then it's
do,
gonna
all you
be
need to do
horrible.
is turn off the lights, and it's fine. No problem.
So vampires are not in the business of actually going through with sex with mortals. Typically, if they are going to go all the way through with sex with a mortal, they will probably have already ghouled that mortal because they like them so much. And then otherwise, they're having sex with other vampires.
Okay.
If you're having fake, like mostly what a vampire does is get so close to the act of sex that they can feed on somebody and then they just fuck off. So what I'm saying is the problem that you're describing usually doesn't come up.
Okay.
Come up. Anyway, you said it, not me. Jesus.
If you made it a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Right, okay. So you guys are gonna go on this date now.
Yeah.
You're all gonna get in a cab, and then some of you are gonna hang out in Tequila Tango and wait for, like, whatever to
I'm
happen.
gonna go to the fucking fire escape and wait up and sneak in that way. I don't want to.
Right, but you're all taking a cab to Tequila Tango.
Yes,
and then
yes,
you'll
yes.
Get out in your various places. All right.
I'll go in before the girls so it doesn't look like I'm with them.
Right. Rodney is like, that's really smart. I'm gonna go in after the girls so it doesn't look like I'm with them.
Yeah, you coming way after.
I'm just gonna
Got
B&E this place. I'm gonna climb the fire escape and just.
Like right now?
No, after the
Right, got
ladies are going in, you know, just
All right. So
No,
the
no,
lady, right? So Lavin and Maria, you're all done up.
because
You get-
here's the thing: the guys on the bottom floor are gonna have to go through other people to get to the fucking apartments, right?
So as you head to his office where you were told to meet him, or where you planned to meet him tonight, Maria especially gets an excessive number of cat calls from the men who are currently at the club. Maria, as you will recall,
Hispanic.
is also Hispanic, so it is a real hit with the Hispanic men.
Wait, you don't say they like white girls? Come on, what's wrong with a white girl?
No, they just like Maria more. Lavin gets plenty of cat calls. Let's not dilly-dally on the fact that a lot of men try and get handsy with Maria as you pass through the club.
This is exactly what Tux wanted when he made the character.
I
Yeah.
told you that was the right dress.
You look
You were
so
right.
good. Right. So you get to the office. Like none of the waitresses or whatever stop you. They've probably just been told, like, I'm expecting company, don't bother them.
Yeah.
Just the office door. It's right there.
So,
I like how it became Liam Neeson for a second.
I have a particular set of skills. Don't bother him.
I'm expecting company, don't bother me.
You knock on the door.
Yep.
It does that thing where you knock on the door, and the process of knocking on the door causes it to lift
opens.
open. Yep. Like in the way it's not supposed to.
Yeah, I'm in there. I've already killed him, guys. What's up? Yeah.
You've beaten me to the joke. The door swings open, and there is a bloody smear on the back wall. The club owner is dead. He is pinned to the wall by an axe.
Wreckage. Here's the thing. If I was in the window and I looked in and saw this, I just would have went in. Like, I wouldn't have
But
waited.
you wouldn't have seen this. This is his office.
This
not
is his office. You're going upstairs.
There's even... Wait, how many floors are in this thing?
It's a like 4-story building, most of which is the club, which starts actually in the basement. But the office is not in his apartment.
So it goes... Basement is the club, then the ground floor is the office?
No, basement, ground floor, and some of the third floor are all the club because it's a huge open space with an internal balcony. And it also features its kitchen facilities, its bar facilities, and its office.
Okay, so
And then
club
the
for most of it,
floor
and then the
is
fourth floor.
his.
Only the 4th floor is his living space, which is the only space that then needs a fire exit because it's the only separate space
All right.
that's above ground level.
So did we... okay.
Anyway, let me finish the description because you interrupted me right in the middle of it. He's pinned to the wall by an axe. There's blood all over the back wall. He's clearly been murdered here. And his office, which wasn't particularly well kept the first time we were here, that is to say yesterday, has been torn apart. There are waitresses and stuff around. Like, you might want to like get in and close.
No,
the
yeah,
door.
that's exactly what I was I look back and see if anyone's like, oh, are you gonna go in there? Like, so I just kind of like put a hand on Levin's back and kind of just push, like, so we can like, get in and shut the door.
Right. You shut the door. Inside is eerily quiet. Not just because you're in there with a murdered man that you weren't expecting to be murdered, but also because he's soundproofed the office from the club. So this whole place is a soundproof room.
Okay.
Maria, what the?
Maria, is your auspex on?
I think I turn it on.
Sure. You reflexively turn on your auspex without even a roll. With your enhanced senses, something stands out to you, which is that all of the clutter and destruction of his office, and the blood that's on his desk and his broken chair and all of that, on the desk in the center is a perfectly cleared spot with no blood and no other paperwork, and on it is the bearer bond deed for the nightclub and apartment.
Yeah, I just like slowly walk over and like pick up the documents.
It's one piece of paper, it's a bearer bond deed, whosoever.
Oh, it's like for the building, like, okay.
Yep. So for those of you who don't know, usually, unlike cartoons would have you think, like, deeds aren't actually pieces of paper that you just hold and then own a property. You actually have to do a legal transaction that's notarized and etc. And it's the government that keeps track of whether or not you own a piece of property. However, because lots of businesses are shady and don't want you to know what they do or do not own, the government and by extension society supports something called bearer bonds, which are pieces of paper that mean you own a piece of property or investment or share, in some case, deed, just if you hold the piece of paper. And they're very rare, and they're almost exclusively used by people and companies who are into shady business practices. So they are much more common in the world of darkness, because the world of darkness is a shadier,
Right.
more off the books type of place. So
Yeah. So I just walk over and pick up this piece of paper that's like, you get one building, or whatever. I'm like,
Do
Wait,
not
what is
let-
that?
whoever bears this bond owns this piece of land and the building on it.
yeah.
Um,
Well, what is that?
It's the deed to the building.
Someone did our job for us?
Possibly.
That can't be good.
Hold this, please. I
Okay.
hand it over. Like, so I know he died via axe, but could I like check the body?
absolutely.
Okay. Like medicine wise.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
What do you, in any way, do you want to guide to this role and say what specifically you're looking for?
I guess
or do you
anything.
wanna-
So like I know it's death via axe hits, but like I guess is there anything else weird like going on with like the body? If there's like something else there, or like if there's any other injuries, or like if there's something like oh, he also has some weird fluid in his body or something. I don't know what weird vampires do to people, but like
Well, why
just-
don't you give me an int medicine check?
good. It's my best roll.
You can also add a dice for your auspex that's on.
Oh my goodness. Only 2 successes?
You had 2 ones.
Jeez. It's freaking ones.
He has definitely been killed by axe. That much is clear. You can also see some sort of like spray stuff. So this is important. He was not killed by being pinned to the wall. He was axed to death standing in front of his desk, but also in front of his death in many ways. And then the body was pinned to the wall with the axe.
Okay.
later.
So like chop, 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 and then chop and put into wall.
It looks like it was one swift attack to the neck that killed him, and then right now it's sort of through his sternum to pin him to the wall.
Okay.
Also, there is a look of extreme surprise on his face, which
Could mean a lot of things.
it could mean a lot of things, but sort of suggests that he wasn't in a fight, right? Because he would probably be very like stern and angry or something if he was axed to death in a fight.
Sure.
But it looks like somebody got the drop on him with an axe, perhaps. Other than that, nothing is out of the ordinary. The blood's all here. Nobody imbibed, for example.
There's not like he's not missing blood. Like,
Right. The blood's
Okay.
all here.
So someone chopped his neck and then stuck him to this wall.
Okay, that's got to be somebody pretty strong. Look, we got to wait for Damien to get down here. I don't know how we'd go about cleaning this up and covering this up, and then I mean, because this says we own the place, but then he's missing and there's blood every. Oh,
Right.
There is a sheepish knock at the door.
who is it?
Ow.
It's me.
Rodney?
Yeah, I was just wondering if everything was going okay.
Okay, like
Okay, get
like,
in here,
yeah,
get
like,
in here,
go to the door,
quick.
like open the door, pull him in, and then shut the door.
The good news is he's very thin.
Yeah.
I lock the door.
I know.
I know.
What did you guys do?
We didn't do this.
What do you mean? You just found him here, axe
Yes.
murdered?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, and the deed to the place was just sitting in the middle of the desk. Someone knew we were coming. Someone did this for us.
Why?
I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
I don't like the idea of someone doing this for us because then they probably think we owe them for it.
Yeah.
Who?
Or
That
don't
means
know.
somebody knows an awful lot about
Did
what
we,
we're up to.
did we even tell anybody that we wanted this place?
We definitely told you, Rodney.
I'm in the group. Of course I knew.
The only other
You're
person
in
we
the group
told
when you
was
feel like it, Rodney.
Alexa. So.
What? Did we
Only the
tell
5 of
Alexa?
us knew the actual plan.
I don't think we told Alexa.
We asked
We
about
asked her about
ghouling a
ghouling.
place.
Well, not the actual like our.
We didn't say we wanted the tequila tango, is what Rodney said.
Right.
We didn't
Right.
tell anybody we wanted the tequila tango.
Okay.
Rodney,
So
are
was
you sure this wasn't you?
What?
I'm just saying you know weird. You
I
know
haven't heard-
things
I
that you
haven't heard
shouldn't
any-
know. You
I couldn't-
you
I couldn't-
vanish randomly and
I
you just
couldn't
come
hurt-
back and we
I
don't know where you went.
I couldn't hurt anybody, and you're thinking that I axe murdered somebody?
A lot of things have changed after we all became vampires. I don't know. I'm just saying.
How is it?
I did weird things with people's bodies. I was never planning to do that before. Maybe you're a killer now. I don't know. Okay,
Oh,
come
Rodney,
here. Come here.
keep
It's
it
okay.
down. Keep it down.
So,
All right.
I'm like hugging him. I look at Lavin. It's like.
So
We're both like in an eye rolling fest. Like,
It's
I can roll
okay.
my eyes harder than you can.
So I'm just
Maybe-
learning. I'm
We should
learning Spanish.
go find the other two, and we should talk about this as a group.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
learning Spanish down at the bar. Going, man,
You guys are just
things must be
so-
going really well on this date.
This is so thankless. He goes to the door. He opens the door. He closes the door. He's right here. And there's
oh, now he's out there blubbering.
So is there?
and then you guys hear like a very like tiny break of glass, and then the fire alarm goes off. And everybody starts rushing out of the building. And then you hear he opens the door again. He says, "You guys are never thankful for anything that I do."
What?
Stop blubbering, Rodney.
What?
What did you do?
I pulled the fire alarm so everyone will go away and not notice this.
Okay, well that was actually smart.
Good.
Get
Yeah.
back in here.
Aside from
Yeah,
the fact that the fire station would be coming in, but yeah. So I imagine I'm up on the ceiling, right, picking the lock of this window, and then I hear the fire alarm go off, and I'm just like, just reaches.
You're in his apartment.
Yeah.
It's a nice place. Takes up the entire space of the Tequila Tango on one level on the 4th floor. It's luxuriously appointed. You know, he does well for himself. He's the sole proprietor of this business, and it does a lot of business. It's a bar.
Damn right, he's
So-
only a sole proprietor.
He's a sole proprietor.
Wow.
Everybody's pouring out of this nightclub, Braden. What do you do?
Well, I certainly don't see any fire, so I'm gonna think that something's wrong. So I'm gonna head towards the office.
You see the same scene as everybody else as you presumably knock on the door and then get let in, and
Right.
it's now the 4 of you are in
So
here.
I'll-
And the guys
Braden,
Braden, listen up. You got to be out front when the fire company gets here and tell them there's nothing wrong. So point out the no smoke and just do whatever you have to do.
Okay.
Tell them there's no problem. They got to
Who's-
stay out of here.
Who's the idiot that pulled the fire alarm?
It doesn't matter who pulled the fire
That would
alarm.
be Rodney.
You should use
God
your-
damn it, Rodney!
You should be your stupid power and make it look like there is a fire, so it keeps them occupied.
What? No. Why? So they come in the building and they discover this? You
No,
know they're gonna
they
go
won't
room
go
to
in.
room.
They won't go in. No, they don't.
Why would they? They're looking for fire.
All right, go make a small fire. Do whatever. I don't know.
Oh,
That's
for
not
God's
how
Can you?
So
All right,
wreckage, I'm
listen,
gonna
listen. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the building next door, and I'm gonna make it look like that one's on fire.
All
And
right,
that
good idea.
Explain that someone probably just pulled the fire alarm over here to get everyone out.
But
Good
the
idea.
fire won't be real, and the people in that other building will notice that it's not real, and then everyone
I-
will ask questions.
Fucking hate you, Rodney.
I'm gonna
Okay,
make my
well-
way downstairs, wreckage.
Right? The club's abandoned.
Yeah. I start like I guess I just open the door to like the room eventually.
Yeah, we're all
Right.
just-
And I see
And
this
look, guy's
scene,
dead.
and I get caught up, all that shit. And then I just go, Maria, why don't you just, into a ball and just out the
What?
window.
I look at the body. I look at them. I look at the body. Okay, if you get grossed out easily, look away.
Now, I have a question. Does your dots in vicissitude let you do? Because I know each dot lets you do like cartilage, bone, fat, etc.
Oh yeah, I can only do skin, I can only do skin and muscle and stuff.
Right.
I guess I can't shift it, but I could bundle it all up together.
Here's the more pressing question for this situation. Do your dots in vicissitude yet let you control blood? Like,
yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
because there's a lot of blood.
There's a lot of blood.
How much do you have? What's your dots?
I have 2 dots.
So you have fleshcraft.
I can fleshcraft myself, and I can fleshcraft other people. I can't do blood form yet.
No, right.
Blood form is 5 dots, which is
The
a
vampire
lot
may
of
use
dots.
this power to move clumps of skin, fat, muscle, and tissue, thus providing padding when needed for each success.
That's a totally different power.
No, that's fleshcraft. That's fleshcraft.
Well, is that the one she's trying to
only
use?
flesh, skin, muscle, fat, and cartilage, but not bone may be transformed. So I can't like morph the bone, but I could just kind of bundle the body up and put
But the
it
more
into
important,
a ball.
see, here's the thing. Any schmuck with any amount of anything can dispose of a body.
There's
Yeah.
blood
The problem
everywhere.
is there's blood everywhere.
Okay, yeah, I can't. I
You
can't
certainly can bundle this body up better than other schmucks and get rid of it, better than other schmucks. But if your power can't help you guys with blood, then the main.
Okay,
proof
guys,
of-
idea. Well, what if this room is just on fire and oops, he burned to death?
But that would
You
not
want us to light
explain
this
why we
room
have
on
the
fire.
deed. It's like. Look,
Okay,
We need
I
a
get- I'll get-
convenient escape. Like basically, what happens is this guy has gone. Okay, I'm gonna go on a trip. I'm gonna get out of here. What we're going to do is we're going to dispose of this body. We're going to come up with an alibi for him as to why he went overseas for indefinitely.
And he
And-
fell in love with me and he gave me the deed, but he just
That
couldn't stay.
is plausible.
Well, I mean, you have the deed, so it doesn't fucking matter what it is.
Right.
His alibi is why he's not here anymore. Right.
Okay.
Brandon, can you make the room look like the room but without blood in it?
He can do that.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea, Maria.
There. So
Okay.
if they happen to come back and look, we can
All right,
just
I'm gonna
do
go
that.
upstairs. I'm gonna pack him a fucking bag, right?
Uh-huh.
Right?
I'm gonna make it
Should
look
I
like he's
put-
gone.
Should I?
Okay.
Yeah, just put him in a suitcase or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll bring down like
I
a
just walk
like
over
an
and start. Yeah, just like.
overnight bag or whatever. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I guess I pack him a bag, and falsify some documents, change his, I do the American Psycho thing. It's like, hi, go, Steven here. I'm going overseas for a while. Leave a message. I do that. I do that.
decided to take a random trip to overseas.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know
Going
when
to
I will
London
return.
for a few days. Vis-a-vis. Later, bitches. And then I just stop recording.
Okay. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna call a session here because we're gonna talk a little bit about advancement in a second. But
Yeah.
we're gonna use this next week and the start of the next episode to note everything you guys are doing to cover your trail on this. Then I will check against that at the start of the next episode to see if there's any gaps when the police start asking questions, or if they start asking questions, maybe you're so good that they don't even question what's going on. So, advancement. Typically, the way that this game wants you to do XP is to delineate chapters and arcs and award XP at the end of them for things like, did the person go outside their box? Were they a hero? Did they do
Can you-
something very creative?
Can you really have heroes in Vampire the Masquerade?
Yes.
I saved you from burning alive or burning unalive.
Well, like one of you could sacrifice your lives to save the other 5 or something, and then you get a bunch of XP to give your next character.
Oh, is that how that works?
older systems, and this is something to remember.
They
back when
promote
these
martyrism.
Yeah, well, older systems had a lot of character death sort of assumed, and XP would carry over to new characters. Like that was
Okay.
so you often awarded XP for dying, especially in systems like this. Maybe less so D&D, which doesn't actually care what if you die, just how much you kill. Anyway, so it has a very sort of narrative and interpretable XP system anyway. And rather than try and force the story to exist in chapters or arcs and then understand when to ask these questions and when to award XP, we've decided that we're going to go with a more streamlined but also more loosey-goosey way of advancing characters. And the way that we're going to do that is that when my players want something, they're going to ask me, have I done enough to have this yet? And then I will, within my own mind, go backwards and be like, were they heroic? Did they do the thing? Blah, 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 blah. And if that is enough XP, then they will then just get the thing that they want. And in other circumstances, they can tell me, Dr. Wreckage, the next thing I'm going to want is definitely this, no matter what. And then I will just tell them as soon as they get it. So those are sort of the two ways that we're going to be advancing here. And we feel like this will not only work better for the show, it'll save time doing XP because we don't have to stop and ask those questions every time we want to do XP. But we're also going to let them move outside the box of what their powers, just the list of what their powers say they can do. So, for example, Obtenebration 4 specifies what Obtenebration 4 does. If Dave wants to be able to do something other than that with Obtenebration, that he can ask for that, and this new version of giving XP will allow me to assign a value to that and basically be like, yes, I think you've done enough to get a power that's outside the standard list of powers, which would of course be a larger and a bigger deal. So with that in mind, and considering that we have just completed week 5, let's go and ask each player if there's anything they want right now.
Specialization in perception or investigation stuff.
All right. So
gathering intel, whatever you want to call it. And I want to get a few dots in dominate. I want to get aspects too.
All right, you just slow down. Is the first thing that is most important to you the specialization? What is the thing you want most?
Dominate first dot.
Dominate first dot.
Yeah.
It is extra expensive to get the first dot in something when you're not at character creation.
Are you fucking serious? Really?
Yep. To sort of awaken a power is expensive.
Fuck, I wish I knew that. Then I want to put a dot in fucking everything.
I did tell you that at character creation. That's why you went out of your way to get your out of character dot ahead of time, because that would have been even more expensive. Because an out of clan discipline, it's like 30 or something XP to get the first dot in an out of clan discipline mid play, but at character creation it's just like 5 merit points or whatever. Like,
okay.
So which skill did you want to? Okay, so you don't. You do you want to save up for dominate first dot? It'll probably happen next session, assuming you do anything, pretty much.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Then we'll save up for dominate. Tuesday. Do you want anything?
Yeah, I do. I want a few things. I would like to be able to kind of focus on being able to charm and manipulate people. I have 4 dots in charisma and 3 in manipulation.
Uh-huh.
What are your disciplines? What were your other extra disciplines?
My disciplines are presence, fortitude, and melpomene. So the 2 things that I want to be able to do are, 1, charm people into giving me what I want. Secondly, I would like Siren's Beckoning, which is the 4th dot in Melpomene, and I have 3 dots in Melpomene
Okie doke.
currently.
Well, what do you mean by that first one? Like, what is your actual intention with that?
So my intention is, so let's say this club owner, for instance, we encountered him, and I wanted to be able to charm him out of the deed.
Well, right, but I mean, mechanically, are you saying that you want a power that doesn't exist? Or do you want like a specialization or more dots in charisma? Like, what do you?
I guess I just want an understanding of, like, let's say let's use that scenario as an example. Let's say I wanted to
get a specialization in charming or something.
So specializations
really?
what it will do. This is the reason why I want to get it. Is every time you get a 10, it'll roll another dice.
It'll explode dice for 10s.
Yeah, and give you more dice.
You
more
have to have
succeed. So.
You have to have a specific specialization. So you take specialization, like subterfuge, flirting, right?
Okay.
And then any time that you are technically flirting and also like technically using subterfuge, you will explode. 10s will explode.
Yeah.
Okay.
So mine would be like focused around perception and gathering information, I guess. And every time that I do like a perception investigation, perception awareness sort of rolls, then 10s will explode. So it's very powerful, especially if you put a lot of points into it. You had a lot of a charisma, yeah?
I do.
Yeah. So I mean.
So just to clarify, specializations do not go on attributes; they go on skills.
Yeah.
Okay. So
really,
having described to you what I'm interested in, what do you think the best approach for me would be points wise to get that
maybe
ability?
Like either
You're
empathy or
super good at charming and flirting with people. I don't think like the next best place is you would two things. If you only care about this when you're lying to them and not actually flirting with them, then you're fine. Basically, you have 7 dots in this situation.
Yeah. Also, first dot of presence also means that people are really attracted to you and will do things.
Yeah,
you can turn on presence.
I'm interested in presence as well. In fact, getting another dot in it. Okay, so if you think,
so what I would say is, if all you're interested is in times when you're lying to them, then, I would take subterfuge and do specialization. I guess I would decide what you want that specialization to be, because like charm applies in some places where flirting doesn't, but also doesn't apply in some places when flirting does.
Okay.
Choose the wording of your specialization in subterfuge carefully. And that would be the thing I would do for that. And then if you want your 4th dot in
Melpomene.
Mahamani.
Yeah.
Mahamani.
You nailed it.
Current rating times 5. It would be 15 XP to get the 4th dot.
So that'll be a minute.
And
Wait, it costs 7 dots to get the first, but then it costs 15 to get the 4th? How the fuck does the math work out?
It says current rating times 5 once you already have it.
So what is it to get the first dot? Is it an extra 2 XP?
Well, no, it's just like turn it on as 7. It's just sort of floating and says.
If it's a clan one, it costs 5. Current rating times 5.
And if it's
out
not
of clan,
a clan,
costs current times 7.
Right.
Okay,
and of
Dominate
course,
is clan though.
Right, Dominate is clan, but to get but this is for increasing disciplines, which is why it says current rating times, because it assumes you already have 1. There's a different cost for getting the first dot, because current rating times 7 when you have nothing is 0. So, wrap your brain around that one. So anyway.
Okay, so it'd be 15 to purchase that, and I'll let you decide how long and how that happens. And then if I wanted a 2nd dot in presence, that would be 10.
Yep.
points? Okay.
No, it would be 5 because it's current rating times 5,
Oh, gotcha.
not
Okay.
new rating times 5.
Sure. Okay.
So to
So
get
it's 5.
first dot is 7 for a new one that you don't have, and then the second one is 5 dots.
Yes.
Cool.
5.
Okay.
Well, not dots. 5 XP because they
Yeah.
don't work in a dot system at that point. Yes. So her second dot of presence costs 5. The specialization. What is specialization? It just. Of course, it's not on this list. Why would it be on the list of ways that you can spend your XP? That would be fucking too convenient.
Too easy. Too easy.
I'm almost 1,000,000% certain you can afford a specialization right now. I remember them
cool.
being cheap comparatively, but this list on page it doesn't have specialization on it.
96. Page
96 describes 7, but 124 is where it's talking about XP costs. Anyway, Tux, do you want anything? You're muted.
Sorry. Two biggest things I want are more medicine dots and more vicissitude dots. So,
Well, so vicissitude will be current rating times 5.
I have
Which is
2 in it
good.
right now.
So 10. Not quite there yet either because I mean, technically you all have different amounts of XP based on your actions, but nobody's at 10 yet. To represent this, characters with a rating of 4 or higher and attributes are... Okay, so you need 4 or higher. You need 4 dots in something before you can get a specialization. So that's worth pointing out.
It's also worth pointing out that specializations can be taken on attributes.
A specialty is a particular subcategory of an attribute or ability. Thus, a character with a strength 5 might choose to especially adapt in deadlifting, while a character with performance 4 might be renowned for her singing. Whenever a player makes a die roll involving an activity in which your character is specialized, she may count any die that comes with 10 as 2 successes instead of just... Oh, no, it's not
wow,
even... It's just 2 successes.
That's so much better.
That's much better.
That is so much better.
Right. Because exploding dice actually would just increase the possibility that you got a fucking 1.
But
Is there a list of specialties somewhere?
No, you just
No, yes, there is a list of specialties, Dave. Yes, under the skills section and under the attributes section, when it explains each attribute and each skill, it then follows up with possible specialties.
Okay.
They are not the only specialties you can get, but they are...
Like, for example, charisma has graceful, smooth talker, forceful, unbane, witty, urbane, witty, eloquent, and hustler.
Thank you.
Hustler might be your specialty.
Oh, yeah?
Hustle
Let me
people
look
out
this
of
up.
that. Yeah. So perception is attentive, insightful, careful, disconcerting, and tactical. Tactical. Are these the only ones, or can you come up with your own? Someone just increased my academics all the way to the fucking max for some reason.
I don't know who would be doing that and why they would have misclicked like that.
Yeah, probably nobody that drinks Sprite.
Right. You need 4 dots in something to get a specialization. Then specializations themselves are cheap, but also I don't know where the cost for specialization is.
Okay.
Find that later. I am certain that everybody here can afford a specialization if they have 4 dots in the thing that they need.
Cool.
Right. So
is that at a detriment to getting these
the 2
skill
things...
mixes?
My 2 main things are a medicine dot, which would take me to 4, or a vicissitude dot, which would take me to 3.
Right. And what is it for a new skill to a new... Hold on a second. Ability. Current rating times 2. You have 3, so it would be 6. You could get your 4th dot in medicine tonight, but then you would be starting over fresh to head towards vicissitude.
Yeah. I'll save for my vicissitude dot, and then I'll make my medicine.
You'd rather have vicissitude. All right, that's totally valid.
I'd rather bump it up and then work for my
vicissitude 4 is what? 20 points?
3.
3.
15.
15.
You're going for 3. So in
Yeah, well, yeah, 3 is 10, 4 is 15.
No, it'd be
next
10
one-
points because it's the current rating, right?
right, she's going for 3.
Yeah, so it'd be 10 points then.
Right.
Yeah.
Braden, Brian, Jeffrey, Morris.
Yes, I would like to add a dot in chemistry.
Kai Mastery. What is your current rating?
2. So this will take me to 3.
Yes. So it costs 10. You cannot get it tonight. You are not yet at 10. However, soon, TM appears to be the what we're doing right now.
Can I? Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm good with that.
Yeah. So that's advancements for this episode. Now that I know what you got, some of you are waiting for, and what one of you is presently purchasing, but we don't know the cost of, then I will just chime in and say when you get it. If you want to, at the end of an episode, or indeed at any point in time, change your priority for what you want, just say so, and you might have XP for that thing, and it might just happen. Good episode.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this fucking thing. I can't find it for specialities.
Right, yeah.
I think it might be like in character creation, actually. Like,
but you can get it. You almost exclusively are supposed to get it, not in character creation. You almost never get it in character creation because you almost never have 4 dots in something coming out of character creation. But I bet it is in character creation because
because it doesn't make sense.
Because it doesn't make any sense for it to be there.
yeah.
Right. So, that's the episode. Great episode.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
good.
fun.
I think we had a much more powerful performance, and it's only going to get better from here. Dave, outros.
Okay, let's start off with Miss Tuesday Gray.
Yo, dudes, thank you so much for watching. This was indeed a lot of fun. I'm excited to buy a specialty. You guys will see what that is next week, although I kind of alluded to it. If you want to catch me in other places, do that at /Tuesday Gray, spelled with an E, Twitch and Twitter, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Nice. Mrs. Tuxtradamus.
Yo! Hey, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the session. Thanks to everybody for watching, playing, and running. I'm really enjoying Vampire a lot. Obviously, the system's a little wonky, but we're working through it. And but yeah, the story and stuff is a lot of fun. Just crazy shit happens, and yeah, I can't wait to mess with my flesh powers more and get my bone power. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
If you want to check out my stuff, I'm on Tuxtradamus, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all of that. And yeah, thanks again. And hopefully we'll see you for more of the shows.
Nice. Brian, the Spootly, what up, sir? How you doing?
Hey everybody, having a good time with this game. It's great stuff. I'm on Twitch sporadically, mostly doing die party stuff. I've also got a podcast I do with my dad called Motion Sickness the Show. It's on iTunes and SoundCloud, and I will put a link into the chat. Go ahead and give it a listen, check it out, and tell me what you think.
All right, and last but not least, we have storyteller for the session, Mr. Dr. Wreckage.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Wreckage. Thanks for joining us. Please join us again next week when also that thing will happen. Soon, TM, on the Die Party roster, I will be doing other things like maybe GMing 7C, but probably also definitely for sure. And stay tuned for our Thursday slot, which may or may not be this week, perhaps talking about what it is. And we have had thoughts and emotions, and we have been talking about what to do in that time slot, and we have thinky thinks about them. So stay tuned for that also, and please be supporting the Dave, who is the channel, and he makes the things, and you follow him and tell your friends to follow him, which is probably the best way to support, because honestly, that's like exponential growth as opposed to like if you give him $1, which don't not give him $1. Give him $1 if you want to give him $1. But you know, like getting 10 friends to watch us one night is worth more than $1. Just
Mhm.
you know, because you know they might contribute a nickel each, and that'll be 50 cents, which is you know.
He's good at math.
Yep.
Nickels
Yeah,
are weird.
I thought that was gonna be like $50. I was way off.
Oh my God! Take it away from me, Dave. Start talking.
Hey guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. We learned about fire. We learned about how Wreckage is a savage motherfucker when it comes to getting one, failure. So thanks for that, Wreckage. Appreciate it. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the show. If you did, consider following the channel, and if you have, why not consider taking it one step further and getting access to the cockpit by subscribing and being able to spread my cock all over Twitch with the emotes. I'll work on that. That was a terrible presentation for that, but I'll work on that. But yeah, Die Party is humming along at a steady pace. We're going to be changing some games in the future. If you want to find out more information about that, head on over to the Discord or head on over to the Patreon and get access to the information there as well. This coming week we have, I guess on Thursday where the Yonder slot was going to be, we're going to have a drawing board presentation with Mr. Tux Radamus here regarding the new Thursday game. You down for that, Tux? Can we lock that in?
Yeah, I think I'm good for Thursday.
Cool. So 5 p.m. PST on Thursday, we're going to have a Die Party drawing board episode about the new game. So find out about that pretty soon. This Friday, we're going to be doing Fortnite stream. In case you were wondering, we do have a giveaway for that right now. So if you want to join, / giveaway in the chat and go to the Gleam page to enter.
What's the giveaway?
For Fortnite.
I can get a giveaway. I can get a copy of Fortnite, or are Die Party subsidiaries and their families not allowed to join?
No, you can join. It's fine.
Yeah, I want to do the giveaway.
Yeah. So
I want a copy
giveaway. Heading over there. We got 2 copies to give away. So the Gleam page is you just need to follow the Twitch channel, log in, activate it, and if you're a subscriber on YouTube and you follow me on Twitch and you're a subscriber on Twitch, you'll get a total of 8 entries, I believe, is the maximum that you can have. So yeah, it's gonna be good. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow, Void Barons, as usual. I think that might be the last episode of Void Barons.
We might have one more.
We might have one more after it. I'm not entirely sure. It really depends on when Floof
Yeah.
murders
So-
on out.
No, we definitely have one more.
So Void Barons is the
No. Yes. No. Yes.
I'm not
no.
entirely sure. I'm pretty sure it's the last episode. I'll double check for you guys. So check it
No,
out.
tomorrow is definitely not. There's. Yes, the 24th is his last episode.
Okay,
of
the
Void.
24th, right? Got it.
So next Tuesday is the last.
Yeah.
Not this one. Not tomorrow.
Yeah.
Join us for that.
Yeah. So that's gonna be fun. We have some stuff planned for that, so it's gonna be an interesting finale. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you later on in a few hours for the daily stream, and that's pretty much it. Have a good night.